Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Sorry about the dead air there for a moment. I'm getting a little bit of stream issues that I was trying to workshop, but I just got to go with it. I won't be able to edit this video if I have to pull it out because it's not having a consistent frame rate, and editors don't like that. But it looks like we're holding above 50 frames, so I don't think you guys viewing will notice. Keep an eye on it. But yeah, I need to figure this out for next week. Anyway, we're back. Dire Roll, Lost Horizon, Week 2, Session 2. How's everybody doing?
Doing all right.
Doing really well.
Doing good.
I'm
ahead,
torn. I'm emotional about this. You said week 2, session 2, and I wanted to jump right in with Electric Boogaloo, but I didn't, and now I'm upset at myself.
Now you've missed the opportunity. Yeah,
I have.
Well, you're a failure, is what they.
I'll see myself out.
There you go.
You.
As you guys saw from the starting soon screen, we have the beautiful art made by Caddy. And if everyone, since this is week 2, let's go ahead and much more briefly than last time, just kind of let everyone know who your character is so I can show off the art on the stat screen. And we'll start with Vegas.
I feel called out.
Okay.
Irene Marcos. She is a rich, smart girl turned bad. Not really bad. She's very much an inventor, technician, engineer. She is an Exalvi, which are, as we explained last week, humans but better. And she invented a thing, and now everyone wants to use the thing as a weapon, even though it's not a weapon. It is the translocation induction device, patent pending. She just hasn't worked out all the kinks, and she's on the run from her parents and the Exalvi government and someone else's parents and just everyone, and she's mad about it.
Okay. Addie.
I just want to say I haven't deprogrammed myself from 5e, so whenever I see strength 4, I'm like, huh!
What?
Like, oh no. So yeah, I'm hypoest sanguine. I'm a rich, very pretty, very attractive, very pretty boy who's good friends with Irene, who radicalized him against, the bourgeoisie or whatever. And now I am also on the run to protect the translocation induction device patent pending from falling into the wrong hands and being used against the proletariat.
All right. Next is going to be new guy.
I am a Rizik Gorazon, an Ezretian, which is a species of humanoids that have evolved from avians. So they have avian physiology. Thank you, brain. So elongated face, beak, no feathers, just skin, and colorful markings to represent the same colors that you would find on a bird. He's a doctor who had an incident during a surgery with a diplomat from one of the powerful nation. Jacob, can you give me the name again? Saldrosian?
The Saldrosian Empire? Yeah,
Saldrosian Empire. And the death of that diplomat on the surgery table caused a lot of repercussion in Rizik's life. He lost his... No, sorry, he still has his license, officially, int. If you ask, he has his license. But because of this incident, he had to... he decided to get away from home because it was very stupid that he had to be the scapegoat of that whole incident. And he thought he was pretty much scot-free, but his wife, being a prominent politician, refused to let him go, essentially. So he wants her to stop being a politician and join him on his adventure. She doesn't want to stop her career, and she wants him to come back home. So he has that to deal with, hopefully not too quickly. But that's essentially my character.
All right, and last, Alenia.
Hi, Elise is a Dorak, which is a humanoid evolved from canines. She was part of the Star Keepers. They were justice keepers. They like to keep the peace. They were hunted by the Saldrosi and basically wiped extinct. She's one of the last ones out there. She was hired by Hypoa's parents to get back the translocation induction device. When she realized what it was, she decided it was probably better to keep it out of everyone else's hands. And so she has joined them and is trying to maintain her duties as a Star Keeper without being hunted by the Saldrosi Empire, and is also kind of learning that the world is not as black and white as she used to think it was.
There we go. All right. Hey, Fisto. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, bud. So, last week, the crew had a chance encounter with a pair of Lindbergh cousins. Lindbergh are a four-legged mammalian species common to this region of space. And they asked if the crew, could help them drive off some mercenaries that had turned on their family on the planet Inzod. And the crew accepted, and they arrived at the Narabi family rig, where they are drilling up coablia, which is a liquid substance which can be used to fuel hyperdrives. Much better than common gas methods, increasing the ship's speed, phenomenal rates. It's incredibly lucrative because coabula is only found on the planet Inzod. And so, when they were discovered by pirates, they hired a band of mercenaries known as the White Helms. And that work lasted about a year until some human businessman came along and offered the White Helms a very large stack of cash to betray the Narabi family and seize their rig. The crew has arrived on Inzod, and they've helped the Narabi family repair some of their automated defenses. And then they discovered that a group of Gavarian workers. Gavarians are a stout, subterranean evolved humanoid race that needs glasses in order to not be blinded by starlight. They were working on the family's hydro collector, and they were attacked by the mercenaries. So, with a couple of riding lizards, the crew rode out to the hydro collector and engaged the mercenaries and kicked their ass. And we ended with the discovery that one of the Gavarians was dead, but the remaining Gavarians were all right. They were hiding in a hidden hatch in the hydro collector, and they emerged. So before we get back to the narrative, let's talk about after combat real quick. So I believe some of you got a little
I have a light wound.
scuffed up. Okay. Well,
This is where I shine.
remember when I said I don't think they're old enough for this movie? And then my mother put it on for them. I can hear it downstairs. Shake my head. All right.
Of course. We had that discussion just a few hours ago.
Yeah, literally like 2 hours ago, we were like, they're not old enough for that movie. Oh well. I guess it's happening. If you guys have any grazes, immediately after combat, grazes go away. And I believe light wounds go away at the end of the day, like, after you sleep it off. Moderate, serious, and critical wounds need longer treatment or surgery. And then mortal wounds need immediate treatment or you die. So, yeah. But that wasn't a really tough encounter for y'all. We had, Alissi had 2 grazes, so those are gone. And Caddy still has the light wound, but that'll probably go away soon.
Because I wrecked shop.
Yeah, I wish my psychic powers worked.
God, that was so annoying. It was like, I just want her to do the cool thing. Damn. next time.
Next time.
Yeah, we'll mark a target for Lucy and be like, go.
All right. So leading this group of Gavarians, it is now sunset, is the one called Flaux, which you guys have heard by name a lot by now. He's the leader of the work crew of Gavarians that works for the Narabi family. And you kind of identify them. You would identify him right away based on how he's kind of already taking charge of ushering his workers out of their secret hiding place. And he looks to you, and he's got these, tinted goggles on, but you can tell he's kind of like, he's not sure what to think of you guys, but he knows that you guys just took out the White Helms, and so he's willing to take a gamble on you. Excuse me. Once all the Gavarians are free of their small little hidey hatch, the one you assume, probably correctly, to be Flaux approaches, and he says, "Did the Narabis send you?"
Oh yes, we are. We're hired by the Narabi to assist in this merchant. What's mercenary? Mercantile? I guess mercantile could work. This issue with the mercenaries.
Oh, good. I'm Flaux.
It's lovely to meet you, Flex. It looks like the Hydra collector's in relative working order. Is there any other repair that needs to be done here before we head out?
I don't think they damaged it.
All right, there we go.
But
that makes sense. They
my
want to
guys
claim it.
will check it out in a bit.
All
Were
right.
those all the mercs in the area?
Well, they came in two of their all-terrain vehicles. He looks around and he points. And you guys see, kind of nestled behind some rocks, is one of them. And he's like, they took our Artaloo, and I guess they took one of their ATVs and drove back, leaving only that one ATV.
Back from where? Do you know where they landed?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Well, actually, you guys would know because it's right on your map. That's where their ship is. The White Helm LZ.
That's a long way to go. Okay.
Not terribly if you have an ATV. Only like 20 kilometers, 24 kilometers, 23 kilometers.
That's a straight line, though.
Yeah, it would take not long, is the point. Probably less than an hour.
I still think we should do a once-over of the Hydra collector to make sure there are no remaining mercenaries. So everyone, stay on your toes. That's my suggestion. You can do as you wish. Obviously, I am not commanding you or being demanding of you. But then I would like us to return to the Narabi family's rig so that we can continue beefing up their defenses in preparation for an assault.
All right, well, my guys will give the Hydra Collector a once-over. But I'm concerned that once we leave, they can just come back and, take control of it again.
That's where Irene comes in, to make sure that the defenses are programmed to focus on the White Helms.
Oh. You know a bit about automated weapon systems?
Yeah, a little. Considering that's like my entire life's work.
As she says that, I'm just glaring at her translocation device.
Okay.
Yes, despite appearances, Irene is actually incredibly skilled with automated weapons systems. Is that the word? Automated weapons system, artificial intelligence, enemy designators. So I trust completely in her capabilities, and I think you'll see that she's really quite a knockout.
Well, I mean, if we want to get technical, my specialty is in quasi-orthogonal programmable interfaces. But, I mean, in layman's terms, yeah, I make the gun go boom at the bad things.
All right, well, feel free to take a crack at it.
Yeah, okay.
For the rest of us, obviously, we should address any wounds or distraught personnel of
Yeah,
your
as you
workers.
say that, Flaux catches eye of what he didn't want to see, but
Yeah,
nonetheless was present, and that was his deceased comrade.
deceased comrade.
And he quickly rushes
If
over and kind of falls to his knees beside him.
yes, Razik, I would appreciate. Well, maybe you shouldn't be the bedside manner on this one. Elise, would you be willing to go with the workers when they do the once over of the facility to ensure that there are no mercenaries lying in wait?
Of course.
Razik, would you be able to prepare the body for whatever funeral services are appropriate for this community here? I'll go speak to him, and I very politely kind of kneel next to him, put a hand on his shoulder.
Razik in the meantime is like doing the maths in his head, like, am I supposed to embalm him without like the embalming equipment? I'm not sure what to do here.
We need to be able to transport the body.
Nay. Man, when we took this job, the White Helms were working for us. This is awful.
How quickly the tides had changed for you. I'm sure it's confusing and frustrating, yes.
Definitely.
Is there anything we can do for your deceased friend here to ensure that he's laid to rest respectfully?
Well, if we steal that ATV, we can transport him back to the rig, and we'll figure something out there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is maybe a flatbed that we could move him along. Yes, we'll if any of your men aren't going to be doing the once over of the hydro collector, they might. I would appreciate if they could assist me in grabbing some materials and making a bed to bring him. What was his name?
Nay.
Ane. To bring Ane safely back. Possibly even return him. Did he have a family? Return him home?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure something out. We'll have to talk to the spaceport.
After swear on my honor as a captain of a spaceship. After we've handled the Narabi family's beef with the mercenaries, we could always assist in transporting him to his loved ones. Just talk to us after the conflict.
All right.
But
I'd appreciate that, but first we gotta beat the White Helms, right?
yes, that's what we'll do first, and make sure that his body is set aside respectfully to await safe travel home. Let's go. Let's get some pieces together.
All right. Well, I'll go get my guys. And kind of walks off almost in a daze.
Well, Razik cannot do much regarding the body in terms of like preserving it or whatever, but he expects like a day is not going to make a difference, even if it takes a day to bring it back. But he will take the time while people inspect the rig to kind of cover up the wounds with as little medical supplies as possible. Like just if there's any like deep gashes and whatnot, trying to close them and whatnot so that it doesn't look so mangled.
Okay. And Irene's taking a look at the automated turret.
Yep.
Can Irene give me a mechanics check?
Yes.
And you do get your gearhead bonus because it's the same make and model as ones you've worked on before.
Okay. So I get +1 from gearhead, +1 from being an expert, +1 from my toolkit, and I'm not repairing it, right? Or
Yeah.
is it functioning?
Actually, yeah, it is functioning. It's just not doing what you want it to do. So in fact, that wouldn't even be a
Wouldn't be mechanics, it'd be engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me start over again. +1 for Gearhead, +1 for being an expert using engineering, +1 for the toolkit, and +2 for being specialized in weapons and engineering, and the 1 extra for being Exalvi. So that's a +5, it looks like.
God damn.
All right. So with a +5 on engineering, that is a 22, which equates to a stellar success.
All right. Well, what do you want it to do?
Well, so I mean, first, what we want to do is we want to invert the complex incremental voltage controlled attenuator so that it gets about a 57, maybe 50, 58% increase in actual, like, the energy coming out. I want to make it boom bigger. And then
This is exhausting.
and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the reentrant decoupled application, which will improve the AI aiming system so that it actually like targets what we want it to target instead of what we don't want it to target.
Okay. You make it boom bigger, and it's now programmed to shoot White Helms.
Basically, yeah.
Got it. After that's done, the Gavarians have made a sort of stretcher, and they have put the body on, and but someone needs to crack into the ATV.
Like the. What do you mean by crack into?
We don't have the key. Somebody needs to boot it up.
All right. Is that
I
computers?
know how to hotwire.
So I have that.
That'd probably be security.
Oh, I don't know if I put it in security.
I
I have 2 in security. So if anyone's better at it than I am, they should do it. But
Hypoist may or may not have watched Irene hotwire many a things before.
Is
Okay.
Hypoest gonna wait for Irene to be done with the cannon? Because it's gonna take like an hour.
Right.
I mean, do we have to the ATV? Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna wait because we need to be a like show of good faith to these guys. You don't have security?
Nope.
Cool.
I apologize. I'm only a doctor.
No, it's okay. Then I'll do a security roll to try and get in. I need a 13 or higher on a security roll, and it's flat, I believe, because I only have a 2. I only have 2. Darn.
You get
Yeah,
13,
I don't
you
make
got
it.
10. Yeah. All right. So you spend an hour fiddling with it, and then Irene is finished working on the cannon. Does Irene want to take a crack at it?
Absolutely. Toolkit bonus count? Oh no, this is a security. Yeah.
Hi, Sailor Gem Scout. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, so just that would be a straight roll then.
Yep.
Straight roll. Nope.
Yeah, that's not a good roll.
Nope, that's a 5.
All right,
That's
so
a
the 2
gross
people
roll.
with decent in security could not hotwire this thing. Does anyone have any other ideas?
Mine, I have some security. We just need to hotwire it. We don't need to
Yeah,
open it up.
Yeah, don't we need
Oh
to
no,
get in?
it just opens fine. It's just starting it is the hard part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can give it a shot, assuming I'm done making the rounds. Do I need to make any checks for that?
You're doing what?
I'm walking around with the crew to make sure there's no more White Helms.
She walked through
Give me an awareness check for that.
Cool. I get a +1 step. Nope.
Oof. Well, you know
At
what?
least he dice
I
not
got
like
distracted
you.
by a shiny rock.
You did not see anything. So then you come around and you want to give me a security check.
And we have 14. What the?
This is the universe's most stubborn ATV.
Yeah, you're all more experienced with spaceships and hovercraft than wheeled vehicles, and the interfaces are just a little different.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 0 to driving.
Same.
So, unless you guys have anything else you can try to do here, the ATV is not going anywhere.
Kick it.
Yeah, I mean, that's an option. That's always.
I'm gonna
Move it with
try.
my mind. No, I'm kidding. I can't do that. It's too heavy.
Razik, out of options, will decide or make his mind about maybe checking the bodies
Okay.
of the few people we killed and maybe find a key there.
Ooh.
And that's why he's a
Ooh.
doctor.
Well, lo and behold, in the vest of one of the mercenaries, you find what look to be activators for the ATV. So we have the rest of the party fiddling with the dash.
All three of us trying to fit into the driver's seat to like mess with it.
Razik comes over and is like, would this help?
My brain just showed Razik flipping down the visor and the keys falling out.
That's what we call a pro gamer move.
And to be fair, the only
400 IQ.
reason it took him so long to take that decision was because like their dead bodies, looking through their belongings would be like a bad thing to do because they're dead body. But then they're dead, they can't complain. As a doctor professional, I can't do anything for them anymore. Also, they're kind of bad guys, so like that's why it took like an hour for him to actually go like, you know what? Oh, here's the key.
All right, and as after Phlox and his men loaded their fallen comrade into the back of the ATV, they also grabbed the flechette rifles and the Gauss rifle from the mercenaries, and they loaded it in the back.
Yeah, I have no complaints. It's important for the oppressed to arm themselves.
Amen. All right, you guys want to drive on back? Who's the driver? That would be Irene. Give me a drive.
Yeah.
Give me. I'm gonna give you a +2 step. Actually, +3 step because you've gone it in the reverse direction. So +3 step.
+3 step. That is a 14, which on drive equates to not a success.
Okay.
Starting off strong, boys.
Yep. 15 would have been a success. 14 was not.
All right. Well, when the sun, it was actually it wasn't sunset. It was like morning, right?
Yeah,
it was early morning when we headed out.
we left first thing.
Well, eventually, all this dusted ground and this cracked earth starts to look the same, and there's no landmarks. And you drive for about 15 minutes, and you're not at the rig. Hey, Blinky. And Phlox kind of muscles himself over to the front seats and goes, do we need a map or something?
Next, you're going to be asking me to pull over and ask someone for directions. Will you just let me handle this, please?
Okay.
But yeah, a map would be helpful.
Yeah, let's refer to the people who have been in the area for longer. Do you want to drive us there?
Well,
I feel like
Ardala, you guys should know the way. and my guys are riding them, so we didn't leave them.
Yeah,
We'll just follow them.
that's a great idea. Let's do that.
Okay. So it's afternoon by the time you roll into the Narabi rig, and Kren, one of the brothers, one of the patriarchs of this
Yes.
establishment, comes out and he's
They're
like,
minutes.
"Oh, damn! We were starting to get worried."
Oh, you have cause for concern. We do have one deceased among us.
Oh, hell.
Yes, it's a great misfortune that we weren't able to get there in time to prevent the death of Ane.
Oh,
But-
nay. Damn.
I know. I hear he was a good man. But we were able to dispatch the White Helms that were still at the Hydro Collector. Unfortunately, it looks like quite a few of them had departed before we got there, so we were not able to as greatly dwindle their numbers as we had aspired to.
How many you get?
Overall, a hollow victory. Was it 4? I think it was 4.
I remember 3, but I don't remember 4.
I don't remember.
I mean,
I was 3 in the Merc Gunner. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we did only leave 3 bodies behind.
He makes a good point.
You're right, Razik. It was 3.
Oh, 3, huh?
Yes.
I'm glaring
was-
at the translocation device again, just glaring at it.
I was fortunate enough to have pretty good aim. We were able to get in pretty quickly and handle the situation. Your workmen were very clever and had disguised themselves in a secret location. But Ane had, I suppose he had probably been sent out in a similar way as Shiloh had, maybe, to ensure that we knew that the Hydro Collector had been attacked, but had been caught before he could escape.
I see. All right, well, what's your plan now?
I think our plan is to start working on that dome. Right? You said the Narabi rig had damage to the
Food dome.
Yeah.
dome
yeah.
over its arboretum.
Yep.
And we haven't started repairing that yet because we had been working on the cannons.
Mhm.
So I think it's about time we start focusing on finding materials to make some repairs to the domes and then setting up defenses further away from the rig in the direction of the White Helm ship to kind of set up a preliminary battleground before they get to the rig itself to prevent damage to the rig.
All right, well, I'll leave you to it. Flaux, after you find a good place for Ane and do what you need to do with that, give these mercenaries a hand with that, whatever they need. We gotta get back to doing our work. Y'all missed lunch, but we made some for you. It's in the kitchen.
Oh, I love leftovers. Thank you.
Well, let me know if you need anything else.
I hope it's still warm.
It can always be warm.
I'm fairly certain you can invent a way to warm it up for yourself.
I love that Elise gets a sense of humor. It's only there a few times a day. Appreciate that. All right, I'm heading to the mess hall to grab myself some food before we get started on our work.
Irene, sufficiently put in her place, will follow behind quietly.
I go as well.
I'll follow the crew.
Right? You guys eat?
Nom nom nom.
It's pretty good. Lots of protein. And calories.
Good.
So what's the first order of business?
Irene, did you ever finish working on the cannon, or were you still struggling against it?
Well, so I hadn't really got a chance to dig in as much as I wanted to, but after working on the one out at the wherever it was we were, yeah, that one. I feel like I've got an angle on it now, so I'd like to get back to work on these cannons.
All right. What I would appreciate from you as a professional is if you could take a look at the dome, the atmospheric dome for the Arboretum, and let us know what kinds of materials will need to be gathered before we actually start preparing it. That way, while you're working on those cannons, we can make an effort to acquire the necessary material.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we can do that.
Cool. Does anyone else have any concerns about this upcoming? You know, we had our meeting before handling the White Helms out at the Hydra Collector. We maybe have had an opportunity to gain more insight and some time to think. Well, actually, it was on our way to deal with the White Helms, but you know, that might have provided us with some insight and some time to think. I just wanted to create an open forum in case any of you felt that maybe you have gone unheard, if you had any ideas about setting up defenses against White Helms, or had other plans than simply setting up our defense and preparing for siege. I'm all ears.
Was there anything else inside the vehicle?
No. It was just the vehicle. Probably some ammunition for their weapons, but other than that, no.
Did we recover the bodies of the White Helms, or did we just kind of leave them there?
I was under the impression you left them there.
I was under the impression we left them there. It was a good call to say we only had 3 bodies. That's the story that'll go around. But mainly, I just wanted to see if any of y'all, like over the week that we've been able to think about the session, might have come up with a better idea than what we have now as to how to handle the White Helms. I wanted to make that open.
So you can see, since you guys have been with Razik long enough, that he has this almost glare look where he's no longer paying attention to what you guys are saying. He's in his mind, which means that he's currently weighting the pros and cons of a decision that he has regarding the subject at hand, which is the defense of this place. So clearly he has something that he's juggling in his mind, but it's up to you if you want to interrupt.
If it's worth saying out loud yet. Okay. Well, if nobody's going to say anything and they don't have anything on their mind that they would like to discuss with the group and maybe come to a decision about, I have no other choice than to decide eventually and with certainty that perhaps the best decision that we could come to make.
At this point, Irene is actively, like, lightly punching Razik in the shoulder.
Like kicking his boots.
Razik kind of like, stop it, child! I may have an idea.
Okay, good. Did you want to share it with us? Were there...
It goes against my oath to save lives, but I do have some science background in chemistry, and we are in a rig that has fuel, highly flammable material. If we're gonna set up defense, having highly flammable material that we could set on fire at a moment's notice could be potentially useful to us.
You know, that's kind of funny, because when you started talking about the fuel, I was like, oh, bombs. And then you were like, no, hot oil.
Well,
I don't know
or-
how far my knowledge can go regarding making explosives. It's not what I focused on, but you
Yeah.
never know. Yes, Irene?
Yes, Irene?
Well, if you
Who's
can,
spirit stick?
if you can figure out a way to ignite it safely, but at the same time weaponized, then we could find something in between the two options of setting things on fire and blowing things up into something sort of napalmish. And if you're looking for a way to deliver that to those who would do us harm,
Excellent choice of words. Yeah, you are quite skilled with delivery systems. Alicia, did you have any thoughts or concerns about our so far defense tactics stay on the rig plan?
I don't have much. There's not much here to work with.
That's unfortunately quite true. We could
Can you pull
spend
up
a
the
little
map
bit
of
more.
the rig itself, Chicken?
You guys
Oh,
should
yeah.
be able to change to the rig itself.
Yeah, instead of the overall map of the area of
Or-
inside we're on.
Might take a hot second to load.
it's such a big map. I have to zoom out.
I mean, there are a lot of rocks around here. Is there a way we can move them to create a more defensive wall?
I wonder if. Oh goodness. What was the name again? Oh, I can't remember. What was the name of the repairman? I don't think I wrote it down.
Flux?
Flux, yeah. So, oh yeah, I did write it down right here. What if we got Krun to speak with Flux and his crew about setting up defensive measures between the rig itself and the White Helm. You said the White Helm are south of the rig?
Yeah.
So if we had defenses located, how do I ping again?
Click and hold.
Oh, that was not it. You know, from here to here even.
I didn't see it. Where? Oh, we're down here.
It's very tiny.
Yeah, it's really small compared to the map. Yes, thank you. Setting up a defense in this general area, even curving it a little bit, you know. Oop. Yeah.
What would the defenses be? Just like barricades?
Just
Well,
just
we could move
barricade
rocks.
stone, yeah, moving some of the local stone around, kind of, or even just forcing them to conduct a certain path, and that path being lined with certain flammable material.
Well, if I
Force them into a
remember the
bottleneck.
map, there was a pass. The pass might be more defensible than
The
this.
canyon?
We can definitely lay. I think we should lay mines or similar, like a trap around the canyon area, and then a defensible position south of the rig, so that we're not fighting from at the rig itself to prevent further damage to the Narabi family property. Yes, no, maybe so.
Kind of just, for lack of a better term, bottleneck them where we want them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Force them onto
Yeah.
a path of our choosing. How much would you say some of these rocks weigh, Jagan?
Ooh. A lot.
Yeah, Mr. Rock Expert, please tell us the exact weight.
I can
And density.
I could use my psychic powers to lift things, so in theory I could help them build the wall, but the bigger it is, the harder it is for me to move.
Okay. They would be quite heavy.
How does gravity work on this planet?
It's about comparable to Earth.
Okay. Lazy. Kidding.
So more than 100 kilos. Jake, so more than 100 kilos?
Yes, more than 100
Yeah.
kilos.
I still think you would be
after I will try to help, but after 100 kilos, I get minuses.
yeah. I think you would still be a benefit to the construction of the wall itself. But I was going to ask if you thought
Wow,
some
guys.
of the Linder what?
Just throwing shade in chat. Thanks, Vegas.
If you thought some of the Linderg might be receptive to training, like combat training.
They probably could be, but I only really know melee weapons, and I think guns would be more useful in this situation.
I mean, they definitely already have gunmen, but even if it isn't like directly weapon focused, if it's just like combat in general focused, that might be something we could think about.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. I could certainly teach them some hand-to-hand in case it comes down to that.
So for now, our course of action is we want Irene to take a look at the Arboretum atmospheric dome to determine the materials needed to make repairs so that we can retrieve those. Retrieval of materials might have us heading into the port. So stay nearby for that. Razik, we could have so the part of the reason I'm thinking of creating a barricade further out south of the rig here is so that we can have sort of a medical atrium here for the reception of the wounded mid-combat.
It would be more of a triage type deal because we already have an infirmary inside the compound.
No, yeah, I'm aware, but getting people inside of the compound and then trying to get people to return to combat would be an ordeal. And so it'd be easier if we had kind of just a tent set up.
Yes.
And then
it makes sense.
If you could spend time leading up, training up like a few basic nurse.
I believe that people out here would probably have a minimal first aid experience, but I can check with them.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying is instructing people in first aid. If that might be useful use of our, if that might be a good use of our time.
Very well.
Okay, just be nearby for now, because we might need to go into town. Then I'll talk to the head of family about the cost of materials and how we can get that squared away.
Okay.
And what about the idea of the fuel?
I mean, Irene's going to have to develop a plan for... We could visit the canyon and determine whether or not we want to create a mechanism that dumps burning fuel or one that kind of goes boom. So we could do that, but we have to remember that this fuel is also the livelihood of the people we're trying to save. So an excess of usage would be damaging to their overall potential.
But if they're dead, they cannot use this.
Well,
profit.
no, I understand that. But we can determine whether or not we want to dump fuel or make mines. But ultimately, we want to ensure that after we're done here, the people are equipped to maintain a healthy community capable of defending itself against oppressive forces. So we don't want to rely totally on fuel.
Oh, that's perfect. Plus, as I said, it's not the focus of why I studied chemistry, so I'm not sure how well it would go. I'm just leaving it on the table. If you need me to do that, that's what I'll do. But until then, I'll focus on the triage tent and set up some sort of temporary.
If you're interested, while we're waiting for Irene to make the judgment on the atmospheric dome for the Arboretum, that would be a good time to do some research on the reactivity of the coablia.
If they'll allow me to do so.
Yeah, Jacob?
Just standing by.
You like started to talk and I was like, oh, the DM has something to say about us trying to make explosives, I guess.
No, I was just like, that was just kind of the DM being like, come on, tell me what rolls, what actions you guys are doing, so we can get some rolls going.
I was trying to summarize
No,
like the actions
yeah.
we're gonna take, and then it was like, well, actually,
Well,
is that what
actually, yeah.
So what's it going to take to fix this arboretum?
Well, you're gonna need some new. You gotta patch it up with whatever transparent aluminum they use in this universe that I made up, but I don't have an answer for.
Okay.
This is soft sci-fi, okay?
Yeah. Transparent steel. Got it.
Transparent steel. Yeah, sure. That's probably Star Wars, isn't it?
Something I don't remember.
Anyway,
honestly.
yeah, you'll need transparent steel and all that. So you will have to go to Shadowburn Port Shadowburn, if you will, and find that.
Was there any was any of the frame kind of thing? Because it looks like there's like a geometric frame design in this.
Yeah. So it's designed to pop out the bad ones and pop in the good ones.
Oh, okay, so it'll just pop out the bad one then.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Then we just need one of those.
Yeah, easy.
You only need one to make it work for now, but as you guys can see from the art, which
there
is
are
accurate,
cracks.
there's cracks all over the place. But only one will make it start working immediately. But the cracks will eventually need to be replaced. You probably need two though, because this one has a ton.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
there's a couple.
That's what 2 means.
Got him.
You're not wrong.
I'm just being an ass. I apologize. Yeah, I think we should prioritize getting 2, if more, and then that's helpful. Then I would like to speak with the brothers 3.
Okay.
To discuss these changes
All right.
being made to.
Rizik would like to be there as well because he wants to ask them about their chemical compounds around.
Sure. Yeah, you guys get a meeting with Kren,
Agweir, and Bowen.
Yeah.
I guess I'll start
taking
looking for
notes.
volunteers who want to learn melee fighting.
Okay. Elise, give me an influence check. And then the rest of you, well, what is Irene doing?
Continuing with the cannons. She had fixed 2 weren't fixed yet.
Okay. Okay, Elise, 16, what is that?
I got it on the dot.
Excuse me, suddenly we hit record and my body's like, you want to yawn a whole bunch? That'd be cool. Let's yawn a whole bunch.
Thanks for feeding you caffeine.
That can help.
But yeah, I got it on the dot.
Okay, let's roll this. Okay, you get 5 volunteers amongst the 2nd generation Lindurgs and 1 Gavarian. Oh, okay, Gaddy, thank you. So you're saying I need to breathe less. Got it.
No, I'm just. It's normal for students of opera to start yawning a lot whenever they start a lesson because you're breathing a lot more than you were right before, and so you start yawning. It's a weird thing, but it happens. So I was like, "Oh, fun fact! I know this."
Nice. Well, thank you.
Voice lessons can confirm.
So yeah, so Alicia's got 5 volunteers, and Irene. Let's go ahead and say that you've got at least 1 hour. So give me 1 mechanics check to repair a cannon with all the bonuses thereunto.
So that's a +4.
Or step, which is a D10.
repair. Yeah. So that is
Nice.
really,
Wow.
What's that roll look
really.
like?
Well,
That's a
yeah,
5
That's a
on the
7.
D20.
Yeah, it's a
2 on the
5 and a
D10.
2.
5 and a
Oh.
2.
So hold on. Hold. Let me check. No, that's a failure. Okay.
Yeah, no one at level 1 has a 7 success. Like, the lowest you can have at level 1 is 9, so... So,
What is
Irene...
the success on that, Irene?
Say again.
What is the success bar for that particular roll?
For repairing things is a 13.
Mm.
For building things and modifying things, it's considerably lower.
12. No,
A 9.
It's
yeah,
a
there you
9.
go. It's a 9. Alright. So while Irene toils away, and at least he starts organizing people to start doing some martial arts, get those yellow belts going, Hypois and Razik meet with Kren, Hagweir, and Bowen. Yep. They're like, you guys got a plan?
Yes, we have various machinations afoot. One, we've had Irene inspect the atmospheric dome over your arboretum, and we've determined that 2 of those panels of that translucent or transparent aluminum, the semi-opaque aluminum, would need replacement to facilitate food growth. A few more of them would need replacement for them to be repaired completely. But for now, we might just focus on short-term goals. We are willing to guess.
Well, it's gonna take a bit, and also we won't be able to get crops growing anytime soon, even once it's repaired. I appreciate you guys taking that under your wing, but we're more worried about the, heavily armed mercenaries coming to shoot us.
Oh, I'm leading into that. Yeah.
Okay.
That was just part of the plan, is to set y'all up for success here. Outside of that, we have some defensive plans that we wanted to bring to you. We were hopeful to set up a defensive measure in the canyon to the south of the rig. I don't quite understand the science behind it. I'm willing to admit I have flaws. But Razik is an incredibly skilled scientist and has brought forth the possibility of using some of the coablia as a sort of flame accelerant and fuel for an explosive mine. If we could develop a pattern for something like that, it would allow your family to continue defending this rig after, long after this event, or continue defending another rig should you set another one up, find another vein. So we would need access to some of the coablia for it. I believe Razik had more questions, though.
Well, mostly not only the coablia, because I'm sure on its own it's not that much useful, but I would need some of the chemical compounds that you most likely have stored in this mining rig for mining operations.
Bowen kind of goes into one of the huts real quick and then comes back, and he holds out something for Razik.
Okay, I grab it. What is it?
It's this pretty small vial. Likely made of the same material as the dome. And because I'm American, it has maybe about a tablespoon of green liquid in it.
Which I believe is a coablia.
Yeah. And he says, "You see that? That's worth 1,000 credits in your hand."
Okay.
You want to ignite that?
So let me ask you a question then. If they take the rig, how much is that worth for you?
No, I get that, but we were hoping this would be the last haul. We're trying to finish out this here claim. You're talking about igniting our life savings on fire.
Well, again, if I have access to compounds, the chemical compounds that you have here at the mining rig, I might be able to do without the coablia. But if I have to use a coablia, you'll have a choice of opportunity to make. Either we lose a little bit of your profit, which I know it sucks, or you get none if we cannot defend this rig.
Okay.
Bowen looks at his brothers, and Kren is trying to listen to you, but Hagweir is like, chemical what?
What he means is you must be using something to mine out the coaglia. We don't have a very good understanding of how that operation works. I'm willing to admit my flaws. Correct? I am a bit ignorant on the process, but I'm not ignorant on Rasik. I trust in his ability to save lives here, and he's concerned mostly with getting the Narabi family out of this situation alive. We have spoken about how important it is for you to be able to support yourselves after this event, that our focus really is on the long-term success of your family. If there are other things you use in the extraction of coablia, we would much rather utilize those in developing a sort of trap system than we would using your precious resources. And, this is the means for supporting your family we're talking about.
Well, you can talk to Faux about that, see what he's got in his workshop.
Perfect.
But most everything we use runs on power cells, which can go boom, I suppose.
That is a very good point. See, I love when we get to meet together like this and exchange ideas. You've just opened a door wide open for us. The other point of order was that we would like to get Phlox and his men and any other able-bodied, inhabitants here to start building a barricade-like structure south of the rig to create an area for conflict to occur, to prevent damages being made to your compound itself.
Well, Faux and his men are not doing anything at the right moment. Everything's operational and they're more maintenance crew. So, yeah, I'll let them know.
Thank you. That's really just about it. Razik, do you feel satisfied with the conclusion?
Yes. And I've formed a plan. So what I'll do is I'll identify what compounds they have available. And then when we go back to Shadowburn, I will get on the ship very quickly and use our computers to look up what we have versus what we need. And from there, move on to what I can do. I just don't want to start trying to figure out the flammability and explosive capacity of whatever's on this rig without prior knowledge, because I don't want to blow myself up. So
What, you can't? Do we not have like a Wi-Fi signal from out here?
I personally don't have a personal computer with me. Unless one of us brought one, I don't. So
You didn't bring your equipment.
no, I have my comm, but I don't have a computer.
Oh, you have a personal comm, but you don't.
Yeah, I don't have the high tech stuff. I'm a doctor.
We were supposed to bring our guns?
You guys have guns?
Yeah, that was Irene session 0. You guys have guns? But that's Razik every day.
That's me every day.
You at least have a weapon.
That's true.
I had a knife. I still have a knife.
Look, pulling out your Swiss Army knife does not count as having a weapon.
This here's a knife.
I mean, she's got a knife. It's a little bit bigger than mine, but she's got a knife too.
Ah, I see you've played Knifey Spoony before.
Okay, well, yeah, it looks like we have what we need to do. Set up.
All right.
Build a barricade. Set things up. I will be right back.
Oh, okay. So, Razik, you're going back to town.
No, so first I'm gonna talk to Phlox and
Okay.
gather all the little materials that they have for the mining rig that would count as chemical compounds. I'll identify them using my chemistry knowledge because I have a
All right,
degree in chemistry.
let's flip into montage mode and let's get some skill rolls going.
Certainly, my friend.
So you're going to be rolling science, chemistry.
Yes, which I have 5 points in, so I need to reach a 9 at minimum.
And Elise, you're going to be rolling hand to hand, but because you're teaching someone else, I'm going to have you have a -1 step penalty. And Irene is going to continue to work on the cannons until I know... No? No.
Irene is done trying to fix these other 2 cannons. She's going to completely cannibalize them for parts to make the 2 cannons that are working better than 4 normal cannons.
5.
Whatever.
Okay. So she's going to be making engineer rolls.
Yes.
Okay.
Because fuck repair right now.
And then, I don't know what Hypois is going to be up to, but I guess she's AFK anyway. So, every roll is an hour. Everyone give me 1 roll. We'll do everyone roll once. We'll look at the results. Then we'll next hour.
Who wants to go first?
It doesn't matter. Just give me 1 roll each.
I'm throwing it out there now. That's an entire thing.
At least he's never had to teach a bunch of, drill workers how to fight before, and it's not going well.
That is a stellar success for Irene.
Okay.
Normal success for Rizik.
So Irene, you've upgraded one of the laser cannons. It's now a dual laser cannon piece of machinery with an increased rate of fire, higher energy output, but it drains batteries faster, and it has improved targeting acquisition. Rizik, is that a success for you?
Yeah, a normal one.
A normal success? All right, Rizik.
Average.
You have assessed the chemicals at hand, and you believe you might be able to craft some crude explosive devices with a power cell and the tools you have, but they won't be a brilliant display of pyrotechnics, but they may, if someone's sitting right next to it, or you know how explosions work, so you get enough shrapnel, you could probably do some damage.
Perfect. So I'll take note of what I have right now, and then when we get back to Shadowburn, I'll look into what we could gain at Shadowburn that would turn this crude into fancy.
Right. And of course, looking over the supplies they have in the workshop, they of course have flex tape, because that is apex technology that will have survived the generations.
Yes.
Right.
If there's any more time, I'll be setting up the triaging station as instructed by Hypoist.
Okay. And Hypoist, while we're doing our montage here, what is Hypoist doing?
So Irene's still working on the gun?
Yes. She's yes.
She's struggling with the gun. Then I know how she is.
You can ask her in character, but she's changed plans.
Look, I know how she is when she's struggling with a project, and I'm not going to interrupt that process. I have learned my lessons and recovered from those light wounds. And then Elise is working on the...
It's not going well.
She's training
martial
the locals. Yeah, and that's what the one was. Yeah.
I had one of them ask me which end of the staff was the front end.
Okay. And then Rizik is
technically stabs are melee, but the joke stands.
Rizik is hard at work.
I thought I was teaching them melee.
Oh. So
not literal.
Melee is what I'm good at.
Then you would roll melee, not hand to hand. A 1 is still a 1, so
yeah. The 1. It's okay.
Rizik has identified the chemical compounds they have here, and he could make a crude short range explosive or something like that right now. But if taken note, sorry.
I mean, that's all we need. But go ahead.
Yeah, but the short range is essentially like they need to step on it or something. So if they're just like 2 meters too far, it's useless. So, and given the superficie that we might need, so once we're back at Shadowburn, which might take a while, he will look up what he could get at Shadowburn to turn crude into fancy, if needed.
Did you want to get to work on the barrier, Hypoist? I know Hypoist isn't really the roll up his sleeves type, but he could be a supervisor.
He could, yeah. I do want to travel back to the port with Razik whenever that occurs. But if he is in the midst of research, then I will be at the barrier.
Okay. So go ahead and give me an influence check to see how you're cooperating with the Gavarians to kind of articulate your desires.
I'm also going to remind everyone that I get a +1 step bonus on influence checks to people who are not of my species.
Yes, because you're just so
that good.
Damn good looking.
So I'm very pretty and sexy and handsome and pretty. So I'm going to I have 2 step bonuses. That's a +2. Oh no.
Yeah, okay. So no there's
I have a 9, but yeah.
Hypoist interacting with rugged mechanics. There is a language barrier. Not so much you're using the right words, but they're not making any sense. And no progress is gained on that front.
I'm not very good at
All right, so that's 1 hour into the montage. Does anyone want to shift gears or reconvene? Because I know that Razik, he's figured it out.
The ports.
I've actually had an idea. Is there a way I can get a view of the White Helm landing zone without getting too close?
I mean, you can try, but they're on a plateau, a raised plateau.
But here's the thing: I can view things at a distance using my remote viewing, but it only really works if I know the location.
Ah. Well.
I want to try and spy on them, but I want to get a view of the plateau so I know what the hell I'm looking at.
Okay. There's a few ways we can do this. I'm going to flip everyone to the inside Narabi map. If you had some kind of binoculars, 8 kilometers, bit of a stretch. What about from here? 6 kilometers. You can get up on one of these other plateaus and then just kind of like look from there. But I believe your remote viewing itself has a range.
Works at extreme ranges. Close range is 10, medium is 100, long is 1,000 kilometers.
Oh.
Very long is 10,000. That's why I wanted to do it.
Okay. Can you try seeing place you're not aware of? It does give you penalties. You must be familiar with the site you are attempting to view, or be able to make an informed guess about it. For example, you can attempt to view the bridge of that starship over there because you know it has a bridge, but you can't view whatever's on the other side of this hatch. So you could say, I want to see the White Helms landing site, because you know...
I want to see what's on the plateau, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry.
Fisto, we are currently doing a montage of training and repairing and building. And now Elise is using her psychic powers, if she can roll well enough, to spy on the enemy. So they are within 20 kilometers. So that would be medium range. So you are going to get a -1 penalty. Oh, extreme range is an entire star system. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Did that.
You said -1?
Nope, it's gonna be even worse. Because you only know this place by name, you're gonna get another -2. It's gonna be a total of -3 steps. Now, before you roll, you can, if you want, expend psionic effort to give yourself a +3 step, which would negate the penalty. And then you'd have to make a psionic fatigue check.
Where is that on my sheet, by the way? The psionic fatigue.
Oh, be right over here, to the right of your psionic skills.
Under gear, under other gear.
Oh, I had to scroll. Yeah, I may as well spend the fatigue to just negate it. How much of that can I spend? Like, I remember reading.
You can exert effort once per roll of a psionic skill.
Okay, may as well.
Okay, so you are exerting a psionic effort, which means you get a +3 step, which negates your -3 step, so it's just going to be a raw roll. And what's your target number?
14.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Why do dice hate me? Nope.
Okay. So you're unable to see what you want to see, and you need to give me a fatigue check, which your choice of resilience or willpower.
Well, they're both the same, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so you gain 1 level of psionic fatigue.
Oh, Elise. Oh
I was
no.
trying.
So at level 1, you have mild fatigue. You get a -1 step penalty on all psionic checks and future fatigue checks.
It's rough. Fair, but rough.
Alas, I cannot heal fatigue.
So the way you get rid of fatigue is at the end of a scene where you have fatigue, you can make another fatigue check, and if you succeed, you reduce your fatigue by 1 level. Also, 8 hours of rest will reduce your fatigue level by 1.
So I just need to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah. Or at the end of the scene is kind of long though. You can just make another fatigue check, but you do get the -1 penalty. You can post gifts, but there's only like a choice of 3, and you need bits. But you can. You can put it right on the screen with Twitch bits.
Gonna need a mod.
Okay, so I mean that doesn't take an hour. That you just everyone stop for a second. Ow.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I give myself a headache, and then I go back to it.
Yeah.
Razik is a bit perplexed
We
by what
probably
just
not,
happened.
You're probably not in the same location. She's training,
Oh,
Okay, so
fair enough.
I mean, anyone else who needs to do another hour, and who doesn't have another hour of things to do? Is Razik ready to do something else?
Well, unless otherwise we're going to Shadow Burn Port, otherwise we're going to do the triage tent. So he has either option.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So-
I wanted to go to the port as well, so.
All right, so
Go ahead.
Alicia, yeah, what, Irene?
I say, and Irene has one more gun to make much better.
Make much better. Okay, so Alicia and Irene give me a 1 hour check, and then Hypois and Razik will take the ATV to the port. And what are you guys trying to do at the port?
Razik is trying to get some research done.
Yep.
And we're looking into acquiring panels. Oh, I never got money to pick up those panels. It sounded like from what they were saying, they didn't care if we grabbed them, though, because they were like, we could do it. So,
Well, if you insist, they'll give you the money to buy the panels.
okay, yeah. Because that was my plan, is like, just let us go get it. We're going to head that way anyway.
Sure. And what is Razik doing at Shadowburn?
So I will get, I don't know where it would be better, whether it's the ship or the library or whatever, but he would get on a computer that would allow him to look up scientific facts like chemistry information regarding what he has, what he would need to make flammable material or explosive material. He doesn't care if he gets on an NSA list, it doesn't matter. And then he's going to open the shop of Shadowburn, so he doesn't have to go into each store individually, and he's going to get, if he rolls well enough, he's going to get the material he needs to make a more fancy potential.
Right, give me another science check for your research. Okay, so Irene got a 26, and Elise Out of Juan again.
No. Oh,
Um,
I'm so
Releasey,
sorry.
not the best teacher. And then Razik, of course, failed with a 6. So Irene, you're done. These are the spiffiest guns with the materials you have available.
Word.
We'll have to talk about where you want to position them, but otherwise they're done. Razik, you don't find anything at the local library.
No. I was gonna find it, but it was blocked behind, like, you cannot look up explosive stuff. What is this bullshit? I'm just looking for knowledge here. I'm trying to build a bomb. How hard is it?
Who's trying to stop me from building a bomb? Really? And then go ahead and give me a influence check. And you're muted.
No, I'm not saying anything.
Oh, you were just mouthing? Okay.
I was just like, oh, because I saw that roll and I went, oh.
Give me an influence
Oh.
check, Hypoist.
Yeah. To get these items.
Yeah, just to see if you can find it and get it under, under cost.
Am I dealing with Celise?
No.
Okay, cool. That's a +2 step.
$22. That's
That's stellar.
stellar. So,
Yeah.
you because you plan on replacing more than these two, you convince the guy to take down the name Narampi and sell you at bulk cost, but only for these two. So you have lots
Nice.
of the Narampi's family's credits left over. If you want to return it to them, which I assume, knowing Hypoist, you probably would.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So-
feeling very satisfied with this event, and then I'm going to go check on Razik.
It's gonna take like an hour or two to load up a sled, a hover sled, and then transport it over to the rig.
Yeah.
Because of everyone's secrecy around rigs, you guys will have to drive the sled.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's gonna be the biggest challenge of the day.
All right, Irene, what do you want to do in the next hour of montage?
Irene's gonna assume that Razik has been successful in figuring out how to build napalm out of the fuel, so she's gonna start working on a dispensation implement for this, without knowing the particulars of the actual chemical compound. She's gonna get started on mocking up some. She's gonna build a flamethrower.
You're gonna build a flamethrower.
Yep.
You don't have any chemical propellant.
That's what I'm waiting on Razik for.
Ah. So you're just drawing up the specs?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay.
And an empty gun.
Give me an engineering check. And then Alisi, give me one of your check. And Razik, give me one of your checks.
Okay.
Kind of sound like I said chicks there, but I said checks. My brain or my mouth just
Let me math this
didn't
again.
do it right. Oh, and
Is it-
Fisto got promoted to a chat regular. Wow, that's kind of surreal.
Long overdue. This one's only going to be a +4.
Worthless, but okay.
That is an average success for Irene.
And Alisi still had a 1 involved, but this time it's a -1. And I'm
The
waiting for
dice really
Razik's
don't
roll.
like Alisi.
I have to
Uh, so-
say one of them hurt you, take a light wound.
Yeah, I know you've definitely got a graze, but it'll go away at the end of the scene.
So,
They
am I
finally
making
found
a
out which way was the
chemistry
front. It was the one going into your temple. Yeah, give me another.
roll? Am I making?
another science? Are you still using at the library, trying to bypass the nanny state?
Well, we have a long drive to come back, so probably not. Unless Ipoes tells me I have time.
Well, they're still getting the truck together, so you're not headed
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I'm
Yeah,
doing
time.
another one then. I have nothing else to do.
All right, then.
Oh,
go ahead.
20!
20s.
Science 20 is a stellar.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you get all the information you need. You can now make this into an adequate weapon of war.
And do I need anything from the port? Because we got extra money.
Well, you wouldn't mind some if you want some chemical, flammable chemicals. Yeah, chemicals, and you can buy it here.
Yeah.
Got some extra cash.
So I go to HypoWest, like all excited, like a child that just got to Christmas, like HypoWest, we can make all these things, and like I give her an insane list of things that I like would like from Shadowburn, and HypoWest probably like no, like what's like the two that you need?
Yeah, what's necessary? You can choose 2 things from the grocery store, but
and
they have
immediately
to be
after
under $5.
after you say that, glare. Is just going into his decision.
You guys have calming, so Irene also tells you that what kind of accelerant she needs for her flamethrower.
Yep.
Perfect. So with that, I give you 2, and
all right, that's gonna be
an
influence check. So Razik, sit this one out. Everybody else, give me them rolls. Oh, I guess Irene's. You got a stellar, right? No, you just got an average. So you haven't finished the schematics yet. You need 3 successes.
Okay.
So
copy that. I'll roll it again.
All right, Caddy got an 18.
1 short of stellar.
Okay, Elise, there you go. You got a 4. That's better.
Maybe a little bit of
That's improvement.
At this point, I think I'm going to go for the Gandhi. I'm just going to hit so far negative that I eventually hit positive again.
Sorry,
that's exceptional or excellent.
That's excellent.
For Irene.
So Irene's got her schematics down pat, and Caddy you got a excellent. Yeah, I was gonna tell you to do a negative.
A negative?
Yeah, because you're trying to buy chemicals and shit. I'll just downgrade your success to an average, which means you find the stuff you need.
Okay, it was a 15 by itself, which is
still an excellent, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll let it be an excellent. You guys get the best prices and all the crap you need. Right, and then one of you, Hypoist or Razik, is going to need to give me a drive check to drive the hover sled back to the rig without getting lost.
Your drive looks bad, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I would not admit it, but yes.
I mean, but do you have a 0?
I would not admit it, but yes.
Because I also have a 0. I'm gonna roll drive. Okay. I'm just gonna bite the bullet on that one and let it be my fault.
This will take like 10 minutes of driving, so this isn't gonna be like a whole hour. This is just an interlude in the montage.
It's 17, an average success.
And a single tear rolls down Elise's face as she knows someone.
I was like, my dice are behaving, so I'm gonna be the one.
All right, you guys get this sled back, unload the goods, and get it back to the Shadowburn. Take the ATV back. That was so that was like I guess that was an hour. So Elise, you want to give me another We Are Men check?
What really sucks about this is I only need to roll a 9.
That's a 2, though.
Let's get down to business.
What if I rolled my Psyblade? I'd work.
What's important to note is at the start of a training montage, the students are bad, like really bad, and you don't have any hope for them. And it's only at the end of the montage where they finally it clicks and they get it. So I believe in you.
Or maybe she'll go Kylo Ren on some consoles with her Psyblade. We don't know.
No. No.
Damn you. All right. At this point, how many hours has it been?
I think 4 or 5.
Gosh, I wish somebody in charge of the game had been keeping track.
I know, right?
No, that's too much to ask.
How do I quote a previous message in chat?
I don't know. 3.
All right. Well, lazy DM is lazy.
4. Thank you. 5. It has been 6 hours. So it is now basically close to sunset. And that's when one of the Lindergs points out a chrome object approaching you from the south. It is flying in the sky.
Is it large?
Yeah, I mean it's
waterfall, big rocks at the bottom.
Bring it on.
Didn't they say they had a drone? Like
A probe, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to
probe?
determine whether or not it was like a unmanned vehicle versus like their ship they're setting out kind of
Well,
thing.
we can observe it, right? Which means
Yeah.
that can't I remote view it to see what it is up close?
I mean, it's like it's
Oh.
coming at you. But yes, you can try.
What are my minuses here?
None, because you're basically just, zooming in on it.
I'm using my psychic binoculars.
Your psychic binoculars. Actually, you get a +1. So roll a d4. Just give me a d4 roll. You can go over to the die on the left-hand side and just click d4.
I mean, it didn't
Oh,
matter.
I forgot to turn this volume on. It makes dice noise. But I forgot to turn that soundtrack. That track.
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't roll. I rolled it. It didn't matter.
You got an
anyways.
8? Oh, it didn't matter? Okay.
I needed a 13.
Oh, wait, but you also got a -1 because you have the psychic fatigue.
So the first roll still stuck. And it didn't matter anyway.
So that's a big oof on my part. Okay. I'm gonna roll a die just so everyone can hear that satisfying dice roll sound. There you guys go. You're welcome. I rolled. I get my roll dice are in solidarity with Elise. Yeah.
The
All right.
shiny click clack.
So this as it approaches it is the probe. So this probe is kind of cylindrical with rounded tops and bottoms, and has a couple of kind of fins that kind of stick, like they're on braces that stick out, and they're kind of on the sides, kind of giving it a winged appearance on all sides, on all 4 sides. And mounted to its bottom is a laser Gatling gun. But the weapon doesn't seem to be armed at this moment. Instead, it flies to about 15 meters away from your burgeoning barricade, and a light projects out of one of the fins, and a holographic image, about 4 meters tall, kind of shimmers into existence. And it appears to be one of the White Helms, in his uniform. And a speaker starts broadcasting out of the probe. And it says, "I poest, Irene. Let's talk."
Irene had slowly made her way over to one of the improved cannons.
Yeah, we understand if you would like to surrender after seeing our superior firepower at the hydro collector. If you are willing to lay down your arms, we will have mercy on you.
So this image is kind of in full color, but the edges are kind of like breaking apart, like pixels are constantly tearing off of it, kind of giving it this feathered appearance. And the guy grabs his white helmet, and he presses the button to release the seal, and he pulls it off. And it's a Celise man underneath, with what's the word? Pastel green skin tone and a pastel blue hair that's cut very short, like mine, in fact. You guys recognize him. He is one Edern Lockhart, and he was one of your crew members on the Involuker before you guys decided to run away.
Irene is slowly powering up the improved cannon.
No, I fully agree with this action you're making. You said it's a Dern?
Yeah.
How can you put the spelling in the thank you. Adern, how are you? I see you've joined up with some mercenaries.
Well, I didn't have a whole lot of options after you let us off on that spaceport in the middle of wild space with nothing but a handful of credits.
I'm so glad you're able to find some comrades to work together with. I knew all of you were go-getters. I wouldn't have had to leave you behind if you hadn't maintained loyalties to the oligarchy, oppressing the masses and causing harm to the working people. But I understand that
This
it is
4
I
meter
still
tall
am an
hologram
injustice.
rolls his eyes so hard you can feel it.
I understand. I did the crew an injustice. I've felt guilty about it since that day. I apologize, and I understand that you by no means have to forgive me or have to trust me again. But I'm hopeful in your appearance here because that means you are willing to have a discussion, that you are willing to lay down your arms.
Yeah, about that. Irene, this thing has optical sensors. I can see what you're doing. Can we talk? If we wanted to fight, this
Irene-
thing would be shooting.
Irene is now slowly aiming the improved cannon.
We do not wish to take lives. As you know, here
Oh my
Those of us
god,
who
I post
crew-
you talk so much. Let me...
those of us who crew the Involucre are more interested in saving lives than earning credits. So if you were willing to repent,
repent. Oh my... Oh, okay. Look, whatever weird religion you guys are talking about, time out, alright? I let my boss know who you guys were. And we have a proposal. You and your new friends, the Ezrician and the Dorak, go back to the Involucre and fly away. If you're still here come morning, we're going to tell the Sphere Mandate where you are.
fire.
Pew 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 pew.
Alright, make a energy weapon check.
I'm assuming this is a heavy weapon.
Oh, you're right, this is a heavy weapon. Make a heavy weapons check.
Well, I mean, it's yeah.
It's big. It's bad.
I don't do so well with heavy weapons. It's given the improvements that were made, are there any step bonuses?
Yeah, you get a +1 step to hit.
Okay. That is a miss.
Tricino. Glad you've been tuning in. Sorry if I butchered your name, but kind of brought it on yourself. A 9. Okay, so you let loose with this upgraded laser cannon, and as soon as you do, the Explorer probe whips into evasive maneuvers. The hologram disappears faster than it came, and the Explorer probe is already blasting south away from y'all.
So we need to handle these guys on their turf. Like immediately. Because we don't want to subject this poor family to the Sphere Mandate's attention. Then we need to go somewhere else and attract the Sphere Mandate's attention with a theatrical display of power that I think either of you would be quite good at. Yes, wonderful. So we can agree.
All the Lindergs are kind of stunned by this exchange, and they start gathering in whatever immediate proximity and having hushed discussions.
So there's been a change of plans. We're not fighting here. We can stop working on the barricade. We're going there. We're gonna need to get optics on the White Helms ship and the plateau that they're at. Is there a good way to access that plateau? Elise, you trained up some people, some willing fighters. Would you... If you know of the skilled combatants, we need to get them together and get them in marching order so we can make an advancement later today.
As you say that, one of the people she's been training slipped, like just was leaning against their stick, and it guns out underneath them, and they collapse to the ground, stick clattering in the dirt.
4 legs in the air.
Yeah.
Um,
Somehow a 4-legged Linder just lost his balance standing up.
Irene, is there a way to transport those cannons? Like, could we pick them up and move them somewhere?
I'm
Or
pretty
would
sure.
2 Linders be able to carry one between them?
Well, I'm pretty sure one could be mounted to the back of that ATV.
Oh, that's pretty good. We should
The other
get on that.
the other one, I would need another. I'd need something else to mount it to, but it might be a good idea to leave it here in case they decide to attack while we're there, because they have more forces than us, so they could split pretty easily.
I think that's a great idea.
But I do also have the napalm delivery device.
We haven't built
We
it
should
yet.
bring that.
Both ready to be built, and it is portable.
Yes, I love that. And then we need to find a way to access that plateau.
I love Irene is trying to build this device to better mankind, but she also has this callous disregard for life. She has a disintegrator, and now we're gonna build a fucking flamethrower. One kills you instantly, the other one takes you a piece at a time.
No, but they have a team. One displaces bodies, the other one displaces flames. It's a team.
It's a theme,
well,
yeah.
I don't think Irene partially doesn't want the translocation induction device to fall into the hands of the powerful elite. But also, I don't think she's insulted. You could stop me if I'm wrong. I don't think she's insulted so much that people want to use her device as much as it is a failure because it doesn't do what she designed it to do. And therefore, she has to finish working on it. You can't just change it halfway through and call it done.
Yeah, actually, she's flattered that so many people want it.
But she's like, it's a failure, technically.
But they can't have it.
Yeah. And then Hyper West is like, let's value human life. Or not human, but
I would say, but humans are boring and backwards.
You said it out of character. We understood.
Yeah. Cool. We need to get moving quickly. So if there's a way we could help you to mount that to the ATV, please let us know. Let's get everyone
I'll
together.
make the flamethrower fuel.
Well, that's going to be an engineering check because you got to worry about torque and all that.
That sounds logical.
Yeah.
How many Lindbergh are trained to use?
It's in a drill should work.
Technically, it doesn't kill people. It's a side effect of their crappy design. No. I mean, technically, if we want to say technically, it super duper kills people.
But
theoretically, it's supposed to unkill people.
Death is a side effect of the device. Like any SSRI.
This is the snake oil of teleportation devices.
So,
scattering their molecules is phase 1. We just haven't dialed in phase 2 of
phase 2.
Reassembling
Question. Phase 3 teleportation device.
Yes, exactly.
How many Lindbergh are trained with weaponry? How many bodies do we have?
That's a big goose egg.
At first it was like some of them know how to use a gun.
Mm-hmm. Some of them know how to use a gun.
That's a weapon.
Oh, I thought you said melee weapon.
No, just know how to use weapons.
Probably about half of them know how to, play game.
This is just the most dangerous game that we're going after. So
far more dangerous than they are, that's for sure. And Phlox knows his way around a flechette gun, which is basically the futuristic version of a shotgun.
If we can take a small number of them with us, I want the majority of them to stay at the rig. If everyone's doing the attachment of things to the ATV,
Oh, speaking of, here's your roll for that. That's a stellar success.
Okay. The ATV is now boog ready.
I would like to. Okay, we do have weapon systems on the Involucre, correct?
Yes. It has forward-mounted cannons and 2 smaller, lighter turrets. One dorsal, one ventral.
What skills are required for conducting those turrets? Are they
The lateral
run from
cannons
the
would be
road?
piloting, because you basically have to
Yeah.
line up your nose. And the other 2 would be heavy weapons.
Okay. Then I'm going to see if there's anyone, just like a strong looking couple of boys of our unit to go with me. I'm going to leave the rest of my team on the ground for now, and I want to spend, 20 minutes going and retrieving the Involucre.
Okay.
Because I do have the piloting for that.
All right. That won't take any time at all. What's everyone else doing?
I rolled for fuel creation for the flamethrower.
Yeah. You now have your ignition source. Now you just need to put the gun together.
You're muted, Irene.
I said okay. Another roll for that?
Yeah. That's going to take at least an hour. So actually, put that on the back burner. Because you guys spent an hour. He built your fuel, basically, canister. You mounted a cannon to the ATV, and the Involucre has arrived. What was Elise doing during that time?
I was going to attempt to reduce my sonic fatigue if I could.
Yeah, this is a new scene. I think the arrival of the guy, that's a new scene. So go ahead and give me an either willpower or resilience, but now you have a -1 step penalty.
Hang on, let me check something.
Did we ever talk about hero points?
Yes. Do I remember about them? No, but yes.
Okay. Well, everyone started the adventure with 1 hero point, and we didn't use them yet. But at this point in the adventure, you guys will get another hero point. And unlike inspiration, you can hold more than 1. So now everyone has 2 hero points. Hero points outside of combat. If you're not in combat and you make a skill check, you can spend a hero point to increase its success by 1 bracket, which means you can turn a failure into an average. In combat, you can use it to reduce incoming damage and some other stuff I can look up real quick.
You can turn an action into a 1 impulse interrupting reaction.
Yes, which is really powerful.
Change wounds down a level.
Depending on the wound,
yeah. And then the GM fiat use.
Well, the hey, give me a GM fiat use.
Yeah.
Which is you can catch a lucky break per my approval.
Yep.
So, Alicia, was that the 5? Was that your...
Yes.
Okay, so you... unless you want to spend a hero point, you're going to retain that fatigue.
Well...
You can spend a hero point
to spend it would just become...
It become an average, which is all you need.
Okay.
Alright, so you're now down to 1 hero point. Everyone else is at 2. I put a hero point thing on the sheet, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Top.
you did.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm trying not to stress out about the FPS thing. Emphasis on trying. I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the latest Windows update fucked everything. So, yay.
Oh.
Yes.
In the use of the front cannons,
Mhm.
what is it? You said that's a piloting role, so I have that squared away. But what is the damage, so I can put it into my like?
Yeah, here's the thing. Alternity doesn't have vehicle scale weapons, so if anything bigger than a heavy weapon, which is a man-portable weapon,
Yeah.
there's no stats for it. So we can just assume if you hit a guy with it, they're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show this to players. Just
I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good at piloting.
And that was your downfall. You just bragged.
No, I don't have any like steps to it or anything. So I'm not like amazing at it, but I'm hopeful for my ability to use that. But I do want to like get back and be like, Alicia, come on board so we can get a look at the situation before we actually start moving our combative members out there.
Okay. So you guys want to do a flyover so that you guys can scout it?
Not over exactly, but yeah. I want to.
You're in a starship, so you could literally get into orbit and then do a surface scan of the area.
Yeah, we could.
I mean, if their sensors are online, they'll be able to pick you up in geosynchronous orbit. But
I'm not worried about it as
Okay.
much. They should know that we've taken the bait.
okay. Now, to
we
do
did-
the sensors, that's gonna be a computer check. Do you want to get the whole crew on board for this?
Oh, I was just gonna have Alicia like use her brain stuff.
Oh.
That's why I was gonna literally get eyes on it and then be like,
okay. So
here.
you do want to, or you want to land close and have her
I was just planning on like hovering in this
just buzzing it.
general area. Yeah.
All right, we can do that. So give me a piloting check.
Okay.
Actually, this you're not trying to like gust them with wind or anything. You don't need a pilot. This is pretty standard fare. So never mind this piloting check. But Alicia, go ahead and give me a remote viewing check. No penalties. Are you trying to look inside the ship?
No, I want to get an idea of their numbers and what's going on around it.
Yeah, there are no penalties at all.
Oh, so close.
Is it a 13?
A 13.
Oh.
Uh,
Am
All right.
I able to use my hero points?
she still has a hero point if she wants to use
Hang
it.
on, I'm reading something.
Yeah, but I've got 2.
You get a plus 2-step bonus to keep watching location you're already watching.
Right, but you're not watching it yet.
I am.
No,
I am
watch it
now.
with your
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah. We can hang out here and give you some time to like catch your breath and go again for a little
Yeah,
bit.
you guys can
but-
circle, and
Yeah.
as long as you don't expend psionic effort, you can keep making this check until you succeed.
I wanna keep my literal eyes on them too. Like as far as like I do have the ship, so I'm watching them for movement outside, but I'm not gonna obviously have as much benefit as the psionic abilities.
So Hypoest, while Elise is using her internal sensors, Hypoest might be using the computer's or the ship's external sensors.
Mm-hmm.
That's a computer check.
Yeah. Let me make sure I know the number on that. Cool. I don't step on that.
So just now, according to OBS, we had 0.49 frames. Did
Oh.
anyone watching notice that, or is it just OBS lying to me? It was because I opened up a PDF, and OBS was like, nah, I can't do that.
I actually am seeing a little lag on the stream.
Okay.
Do you want me to do my roll again?
No. Oh. Yeah, go ahead.
Do I get my +2 step bonus now?
No. Because you haven't viewed it yet. You have to succeed.
That's fair.
You have to succeed to view it with your mind, yeah.
There it is.
Hey!
Finally, I did something.
Hey, 14! Alright. You see...
You know what it was? It was our son handing me his toy egg.
Ah, that was
Oh,
what
it's
you
a good
needed.
luck favor.
I see the site as if I was a very long range, 200 meters. I can identify vehicles and note the presence of people without identifying them.
Okay. Well, you don't see much activity outside of the ship. There is a small, like, campsite where they have, like, a fire going. There's only, like, a half dozen guys outside. However, you notice this milliseconds before the ship sensors detect this. The ship is kind of this square shape with a nose sticking out of it. And on either side of the nose, there is a rack of missiles. And one of them, with a puff of smoke, goes and shoots out. And the Involuker starts shouting really loudly at you, Hypoist, that you have acquired a missile lock.
Yeah, we're gonna need to drive away from that one.
I'm gonna need a piloting check. However, since you're in atmosphere and you're trying to evade a missile, I suppose the same countermeasure would work. So yeah, just give me a piloting check.
Cool. So I have a 5 ranks in piloting, so I need to roll a 10 or above for an average success. I'm gonna spend a hero point.
Okay. So being heroic, Caddy manages to activate the ship's countermeasures and do a hard maneuver to throw off the missile, and you dive towards the mesas, and the missile smashes into one of the rock faces, and you're able to pull away. Although,
Cool.
you know, if I realized what time it was, I would have said the missile fires and that's scene. But you guys pull away with debris left in your wake, and that's where we're gonna go to break. We're gonna be back around 15 after for another hour 45 of Lost Horizon. Thanks everybody for sticking around. We got more coming at you, and things are definitely about to get really heated. We will see you soon. Hello everybody, we are back. Thanks for helping me debug in the chat. I figured out the issue now. I just need to figure out how to fix it for next stream. So, we're ready to carry on. They took a shot at the Involuker, so I assume you want to set it down back at the rig.
Yeah, I believe we got what we needed out of it.
Alright. So you touch down at the... Now, you guys probably heard the explosion in the distance. So when the Involuker arrives, there's a collective sigh of relief.
Of course I wouldn't let us go down.
Brief question. While Hypoest and Elise were doing that, I assume is when we were mounting the cannon to the ATV?
Yes.
Okay, so I would not have had time to actually build the flamethrower yet.
Correct.
Okay. As soon as it does touch down and the entry ramp lowers, Irene is gonna barrel past everyone into the ship to make sure that everything on the ship is okay.
We lost Caddy.
Caddy just dropped. Yeah, everything seems fine. The engines might have gotten a little dusty from the close encounter with the Mesa, but other than that,
That's fine. That can be cleaned. That's easy. As long as the ship is good, and I guess as long as the crew isn't too scuffed up.
Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
good.
they need to be in perfect condition.
Yeah. Whereas the doctor mother hens over the crew, Irene mother hens over the technology.
And both say at the same time they can be rebuilt.
Oh no,
Especially
can
if we
rebuild
work
them.
together.
stronger.
all right. Did you learn what you wanted to know?
Yeah, I was trying to send a message in chat, but I don't think I ever did send. That as long as Elise didn't break off her watch, she should get the +2 step bonus now. She's familiar with the area.
As long as she doesn't want to look inside the ship, because she's not familiar with the inside of the ship.
I just figured my goal for that whole trip was to get eyes on the situation, and then now we have someone who can keep eyes on the situation as
Yeah,
things
now she would only get a -1
progress.
penalty to look at the plateau.
From this far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to look into the ship would still be a -3.
Well, that's fine. I don't need to look into the ship. I just need to
Anything
know when
I
they're
can-
moving.
Yeah, I could just make sure they're taken off or not.
How's that weapon going?
Well, I'm dealing with, how to put this nicely,
I appreciate you making an effort.
ridiculously amateur assistance, but we did manage to get it mounted, and I'm almost positive that firing it is not going to rip the vehicle apart at its seams.
Okay, that's good. How is the new weapon development going? Actually, I think we should adjust our language a little bit. How is the development of new peacekeeping devices?
The peacekeeping device, which is currently designed to completely engulf our opponents in
To hug our opponents in flame, yeah.
in flesh searing plasma napalm.
Hug our opponents in a warm embrace. Continue.
Theoretically, it is exceptionally sound. I do need some time to actually put the prototype together, but the good doctor was kind enough to provide me with a remarkable accelerant canister, so we'll be able to hug them really hard.
Which, if anybody asks, was not to make a weapon. I made this out of sheer necessity to help save lives, and that's it.
But yeah, so I'm ready to build it, if that's a thing. I don't know if we have the time for it, but
Well, they said they would come next morning, so unless the
They
little
said they would
scouting
tell
mission.
they said they would tell the Sphere Mandate about our location tomorrow morning. How long, Irene? How long does this new equipment take to produce?
a couple of hours maybe?
What time is it right now?
By now, it's probably sunset.
Okay. I can't see in the dark.
Hey, I can.
um,
Speaking of seeing, how often do you want me to make this check, Jagan?
What check?
Just to keep an eye on the ship to make sure it's not going anywhere.
Oh, that's a good question. Sorry, I'm fighting with my computer. I managed to close Chrome and it didn't seem to improve anything. Oh, let me double check. Oh, good night, Blinky.
good night, Blinky.
You can continue observing by making another EFC check. Dead. Probably now would be good, yeah.
It's -1, you said?
-1. Actually, you get a +2 step because you're already viewing it, so a total of +1 step.
Then ignore that roll.
It's somehow worse. Alright, you have lost your mind's eye sight of the landing site.
But she's familiar with it, so in an hour she can try again, probably.
That's obnoxious.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any impetus, so Irene, you want to go ahead and start working on your flamethrower?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we can head out in the wee hours of morning to hit them.
Alright, so go ahead and give me engineering.
So just to reestablish,
You need 3 successes.
yep, engineering naturally has a +1 because expert. I get a +2 because of my spec and Exalvi, and a +1 for the toolkit.
Okay.
So total of +4. That is a 9, so that is an average.
Okay. So you've made progress on its assembly.
Okay.
Are any of us able to help?
Probably not.
Yeah, with this, I would even if anyone were able to help, I'm not sure Irene would let anyone. All right, and then next hour, it's another average.
Okay. So we're now into the night. The early hours of the night.
Yeah, she's gonna keep going regardless. And an average.
Okay, it takes you 3 hours to assemble your flamethrower.
That is a series of crappy rolls.
But you know what? At least they succeeded.
I mean, there is that, so I'm not gonna complain.
So yeah, go ahead and you can jot down the stats for flamethrower. It's in the core rulebook, page 110.
Yep, I already got it.
It is a heavy weapon though.
I mean, that's unfortunate, but I honestly plan on handing it over to someone else.
Okay.
So, so that the very aggressive hugging can be handled by.
I'm going
So I
to...
mean, just to verify, the tentative plan is that Hypoist comes in on the ship. Anyways, I started blasting with a couple of the minor boys shooting the other guns, and then 3 of us are going to be on the ground.
M-I-N-E-R.
Yes. A couple of the men that
Or
are
capable,
involved in mining.
yes, capable individuals. What's wrong?
So the hyper flammable unionization dispension unit.
Why?
Hoodoo?
Is going to be is going to be handed over to who do we trust with it?
One of the children. I mean, not children; they're not kids anymore. But Kryn and Hagwer's kids, Cole.
Okay.
Strong and capable. Zimd was also plenty strong and capable of doing stuff.
Phlox could potentially use it as well.
I thought Phlox is skilled with heavy weapons. I wasn't sure if we were going to leave Phlox to help man the cannons back at the rig.
Up to you.
The cannon back at the rig is automated.
Automated.
I mean they can be manually controlled, but I figured we'd leave the one back there automated. But I figured Phlox was going to be handling the gun on the ATV.
ATV. Oh yeah.
So yeah, handing it to one of the heirs to the
Robbie family.
The Robbie family, yeah. Yeah, just give it to them along with I'll hand Phlox the specs for it and everything I got from Razik in regards to the actual generating the accelerant. Just hand it over to Phlox and be like, there you go. That's yours.
Okay. He now has a flamethrower. You want me to come with you to fight him, or?
Wait, why are we handing it to Phlox?
No, I'm okay. So we're handing Phlox the specs, the schematics.
Oh.
So that because when we leave here, I intend to leave the flamethrower here. This is theirs.
Okay.
So I made this, hand it to Phlox. I made this.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, Phlox. Yeah, you're like the only one qualified that I would trust to handle the cannon that we mounted to the vehicle.
All right.
Anyone other than me is going to break it, I would rather it be someone that might know how to fix it on the fly.
Well, we're gonna have to lower it by a quarter meter.
Or I could just take the seat and raise that.
That'll work.
I'm assuming that won't need an engineering check.
No.
You like pump full hydraulics.
Let's put a box under him.
Yeah, like me when I learned to drive and just put a pillow in the seat. Look, Mustangs have really deep seats, anyways.
I used to have to do that in my Firebird.
Are we going now, or should I try and get a little bit of sleep?
Get some rest. We're heading out like before before the sun rises. I don't know how the sun works here. We're heading out as soon as possible, but I do want everyone to be well rested. I don't have a light wound anymore if I do that, which is why I want to do it.
Yeah, let me. I put the book on my phone, so it's gonna take me longer to look things up. But I'm trying to spare my CPU, but it doesn't seem to be working. So, let me look up healing real quick.
I can look at damage and wounds. I've got the book pulled up.
Fortunately, the index is, or the table of contents is quite helpful.
Yeah. I rely on it.
Light
At the
wounds
end
heal
of
up
the day.
completely.
Yeah. So your light wound is
Yeah.
gone.
Okay, cool.
You guys are fresh, fit, and ready to fight.
I mean, that's a question worth asking. Do y'all want to like show up in the middle of the night when they're least expecting it?
Well, we do want to get some rest, so maybe just before dawn.
Yeah, I mean that was my original plan, but if we're ready now.
So I had actually a little bit of an idea, and
I would love to hear it.
tell me if this is bad. But they said if the ship isn't gone by morning, then they're going to tell the sphere mandate where we are. So, like, take the ship into orbit, and then we can just communicate when we're ready to strike, because they'll think that we've left. Maybe?
The ship cannons?
Yeah,
Yes.
nice. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that was the thing that could happen. Aside from that,
I thought they could detect us.
They probably wouldn't have very big blast, but they have blast.
that's all I need to know. What was that, Elena?
I said I thought they could detect us in orbit.
Potentially, we're not sure.
I could make a very theatrical departure.
And then bring
rev
the
the
ship.
engines.
Phlox says, sorry, didn't they say if you're here when we arrive in the morning, then they'll tell them? Doesn't that imply on the rig? And that means that's when they're going to attack?
That's why I was thinking we surprise them. That's why I was like, let's just get it ready now.
Hit them before they could hit us.
And then we're not bringing the battle to the rig, which would suffer damages.
Yeah, and then if that's the plan, I think our primary target should be their communications array, so that they can't call for help. Or
their primary target is definitely going to be their ship, for me, yes.
Right, but specifically the communications array first on the ship?
Would I know where that is?
Yeah, you flew around that ship, and it doesn't look like a ship that would be used in the oligarchy.
We know where the big guns are. Why don't we try to blow those up and hope they start a chain reaction?
Like my hope is to just blow up where I can presume controls are being made, and then continue to shoot. But the White Helm isn't a member of a formal army. So if they call for help, quote unquote, by contacting the sphere mandate, I can't guarantee that the sphere mandate would come running, because the White Helm doesn't belong to them. And my plan is to goad out the sphere mandate as soon as we're done with the combat, if they do know where we are, to keep them from attacking the Narabi rig for no reason. When we're gone, to keep them from coming to torture the Narabi.
I completely forgot about that. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. There are a lot of moving parts to this right now, and you've had your focus really dedicated on the tasks in front of you. I admire that about you. You're an excellent member of this community. So what that sounds like is we have everything ready. We're capable of attack. We have weapons. How long would on foot / ATV soldiers take to get to the White Helm plateau? Assuming like we're taking a straight shot from the Dry Bed Canyon.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
The ATV. Probably more like 15 with the Artaloo.
Mm-hmm.
With your ship, like a minute and a half.
Yeah. My plan is
that's just getting off the ground.
My plan is to send anyone who's traveling by ATV / Artaloo to the mesas, around here before I take off in the ship and do like I want to like theatrical, coming in hot, making a lot of waves, attracting a lot of attention, show up right before everyone else does.
Okay.
To try and draw enemy fire as much to our ship first as possible. Since it'll only be the 3 of us on the ship, I think that'll keep casualties at bay. So it sounds like we have everything in order. That we might be a bit tired. We might be sleepy. We might have worked ourselves very hard today. But it also sounds like if we do not move right now to put an end to this oppression, then these people will be hurt for our very presence here.
And that is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. We are here to help and not to hinder. We are here to empower. And if we wait till tomorrow morning, we are putting these lives at risk. So I want us to pack up. I want us to get ready. I want to get the few fighting Lindbergh troops ready. I want these Narabi to feel emboldened and empowered and hopeful because we are going to take them down quite squarely. So we'll leave in 15. Is 15 long enough?
Yeah, fuck the man.
Oh, that was a really great like punctuation on my little talk. High five. Cool. And I'm gonna go to the ship.
Do you have
or rather,
someone
gather up my people to go to the
manning
ship.
your ball turrets, or is it just you?
I was going to find just 2 gunner Narabi to run the turrets.
Okay.
Though it's only the 3 like skeleton crew members.
Yeah. And the rest of you are taking the ATV, and it's going to be the 3 of you and Flax, and that's it. Or are you bringing more like Narabi?
As many as can shoot a gun.
Yeah.
No, we wanted to leave some back as well.
We want to leave some back, but there are now the automated turrets, and I'm not expecting them to go attack the Narabi on the rig if we make enough of a scene right out of the gate, like a bat out of hell.
Fair enough.
But I am done talking about it. We are moving, getting in our ships and our ATVs and the Artaloo. I'm going to wait 5 minutes.
Well, I'm getting on the Artaloo, not in, because it's kind of smelly in there.
And you thought they smelled bad on the outside.
On the outside.
All right.
Cool.
So you guys mobilize. I'm gonna say you've got like the 3 of you in the ATV, Fox on the gun, and 4 Lindberghs on Artaloo riding alongside you. And then Hypoas is on the Involucre with the 2 ball turret gunners. You wait about 5 minutes, and then you spool up and you start heading over to the LZ.
I want to speed in there.
All right. As you're flying over the plateau towards the LZ, you're receiving an incoming transmission from the White Helm vessel.
Oh man, to leave them on red or not? Ooh, wait, everyone's comms are still connected, so I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm getting a transmission. What do you think? Leave them on red?"
Put him on speaker.
Okay, I'm gonna open the transmission.
All right. An unfamiliar voice comes through. You don't know me. I'm the commander of this outfit. I see your ship's headed towards mine. I just want to let you know that this time we're not going to play nice. If you don't break off course, I'm going to blow your tiny little yacht out of the sky. And then he just ends the transmission.
I want to conduct like a feint of sorts.
Okay.
Like I want to make it look like I'm pulling off to the side.
But you're not. All right, give me a pilot
But
check.
Okay, yeah. Woo, that's a success. It's average, but it's still one.
All right, you managed to close the distance by feinting without
Drawing fire.
Without drawing fire. However, once you line up your cannons to do, I guess, a gun run on their vessel, you can see underneath their vessel billowing dust because their ship is about to take off or is taking off. And your consoles start, a whole bunch of red lights start flashing at you as you're receiving 2 separate missile locks.
I want to focus on keeping them grounded, but I do want to shoot for them.
Okay, you want to aim for like their engines?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a -1 step penalty to your piloting check too.
I can't take a impulse to aim.
I'm gonna go with no.
Not an
Yeah,
impulse.
yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
And what is piloting on?
What do you mean? What is it on?
What is success? What do you need?
10.
Okay.
All right, everybody, hope for me.
Ooh, that's a 2.
Oh,
You got here.
sorry,
Well,
fire
this
at
is
nothing.
this is a technically this is combat related, so you can't spend a hero point to make you hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's fine because it wasn't the role for me to dodge missiles.
Right. So you unload the cannons, but since you pulled your nose to starboard to try to hit their engines, you pulled it just a hair too far, and your vehicle grade laser cannons let loose into the dusty plateau just behind the vessel as it lifts off and rotates, and as it rotates on either side of the cockpit, 2 missiles streak out. You guys on the ground can probably see this happen above you.
Is there any way for us on the ground with that massively improved cannon to take aim at one of the missiles?
Oh no, it's stupendously out of range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I waited long enough.
Well, it's firing up and away from them, so...
Yeah, but I also, I probably could have waited till they were closer, but I didn't want the ship to notice the ground troops.
Right.
But now the ship isn't on the ground, so that's rough.
Yeah.
Would my turret men be capable of taking shots as well?
Sure, but they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
but heavy weapons is strength based.
I want to try something.
Are they shooting at the missiles or are they shooting at the enemy ship?
Missiles, but I think Elenia wanted to do something.
It'll happen after all this action, but
Oh, okay.
I was going to try and use my telepathy to suggest something to the commander.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
You can do that without a line of sight?
Just says within medium range, which is 100 kilometers.
All right. Your gunners. This is not. There we go. Your gunners are not very. They have no skill.
Skilled. Yeah.
And since they're trying to shoot moving missiles, I'm gonna give them a -1 penalty. If they
Okay.
succeed a 17, they'll knock the missile out of the sky.
I've done crazier.
So here's Gunner 1. That's a 6.
All right.
Gunner 2. That's a 9.
9.
So
Cool. They shoot.
So they both rolled better than Elise, but they miss.
Nice.
And then you want to make a piloting check to not get hit by missiles?
Yep. I would just figure, like, if they can shoot, they should be shooting. It's better chance than not taking a chance at all.
Sure, yeah.
Is that just a normal D20?
Yep.
Nice. 10.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
You want to use your hero point to turn that 1 into a success?
Oh, no. Yeah.
All right.
Out of hero points, yo.
Is that the last one? Okay. With one last heroic climb, Hippoist manages to not get hit by missiles. But as she looks down at her three-dimensional display of the missiles, she goes like this, and the missiles go under her, and then the missiles turn around and just continue to chase.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the three of you on the ground, you wanted to psychically...
It does say line of sight or be able to perceive the creature.
Okay, so you can't do it.
Like it says hearing him nearby or engaging in a video conversation, but to cut it off, I'm going to go with no, I can't.
No, you cannot. Yeah.
Um,
He was transmitting, he was not receiving. He was just letting Hypois know that he planned to blow up their ship.
where are the ground troops?
We can say by now they're arriving at the LZ, and they're starting to climb up the plateau.
Okay.
How close exactly to this ship that's taking off would you say we are?
Well, they're about to move, but I would say exactly. Well, it's about 2 kilometers.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's about 10 times further away than I want it to be.
Oh, yeah.
So now the Involuker is in flight with
Wait,
2 missiles chasing after it, and
What's the range on your special friend?
I want to say 200 meters.
Oh.
That seems
Yeah.
really short.
Let me double check.
What's its range?
Long.
Long is 500 meters, I think.
Okay.
200 meters.
Long is
Yeah.
200. Very long is 500.
Yeah.
And then
That sounds right,
extreme
yeah.
Extreme.
is like what, a kilometer?
No, it's 2 actually. If he had an extreme range gun, he could actually hit the ship.
You can still fire out of your range, you just have minuses, right?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, and I would assume with this particular type of weapon, the particle density would just be scattered at
Yeah.
that point and useless.
So now the White Helm ship has taken off and is giving chase to the Involuker, which is being chased by 2 missiles. Your gunner boys can take shots, and then you need to do another evasion roll. So here we go. A -1. So, and a 4. So you still got 2 missiles coming after you.
Then let's piloting roll. I don't have anything else I think I can do. I don't have like any of the ship's actual specs available to me, so. Oh, that's blown away!
Well, one of the missiles slams into your starboard engine, and that engine cuts out. You're now losing speed, which means the other missile is closing rapidly, and you no longer have the thrust to break atmosphere. You can do it with one engine. You can manage a quick landing. That won't stop that missile from hitting you. Otherwise,
can I fire the cannons? Well, the cannons are on the front.
Yeah, they're nose pointed guns. The rockets behind you. Yeah, the missiles behind you.
Jacob, I can't see it on the sheet, but as far as I can tell, restrain doesn't have a range.
You want to try to restrain the missile?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I'm going to go ahead, and since it is a base, it is worded like an attack. I'm going to apply range penalties, which means you're going to get a lot.
I believe in you.
Probably. Let me find combat here. I think I don't want to. I think it's a -5 at extreme range.
-4, I believe.
For extreme?
Extreme range -4, yes.
So that's a -4 step penalty. You can expend psionic effort to make it -1 step.
It actually zero it out because I have psychokinesis.
Oh, you're a combat psychic, so you have a +1. Do you want to expend psionic effort to just roll that d20?
I actually think I'm just gonna take the -1.
Wait, what?
What is it? A -1 step total? Because I get a
total. No, with the
No,
+1, it's the total is
right. You're right.
-3. You need to expend psionic effort to make it just a flat d20 roll. But psychokinesis is your best psionic one, right?
Yeah.
What do you need on it? What do you need to get a success?
Just a 10.
Ooh, that's a 55% chance.
It's me though.
I think you're.
I've been needing to
Fine,
attend.
I'll do it.
All right, she's doing it. 20!
Oh!
That is a stellar.
Clutch crit.
Target can take no physical actions at all, and I can move the target up to 10 meters.
There you go.
So I
How
want to
far
aim
away
it
is
at
the White Helms ship?
Not 10 meters.
But could you
how far
turn
away
it
is the
around?
It's yes, you can turn around, but it's locked on. It's not a directional weapon. It is locked on to the ship.
Yeah, so it will just turn around again after it's been yeeted
I
10
don't-
meters.
You will buy the Involucre time.
I don't have the flight capability to get behind the White Helm.
It'll allow the Involucre to
Land?
well, or to turn around and point your main guns at it if that interests you.
I can do that.
Yeah, I'll just hold it still for you.
Okay. So the missile just is flying, and just stops. And since this is nighttime, you guys are looking out the window of the ATV, and you see the little light of the rocket propelling the missile just stop midair. And at least he's just staring at it.
That seems like a pretty brutal design flaw. I don't think it should do that.
We should be glad it's doing that.
So I'm going to be able to take a shot at it. Is it just still a flat piloting roll with her holding it still?
He's reading.
Yeah. She can retain the grip on it, but since it's a massive target, she has to keep checking. But she can just hold it there until it runs out of fuel. I mean, it would take a while.
I mean, I was just saying, for me to shoot it, it's standing still.
Yes, you would get no bonuses.
I did expend energy.
No bonuses, no minuses. It would just be whatever your piloting is to blast it out of the sky. You want me to give your gunners a chance to? 6, okay. Sure. Your gunners, I'm gonna give them no penalty because it's standing still, so they just get a flat d20. But they do have to hit a 17 because they have no idea what they're doing.
I have to take my fatigue.
That's true. You have to roll
What is it?
willpower or resilience. 17.
He did it.
Hey!
One of the Lindergs jumps out of his chair and goes, "I got it!
You did it! Oh, I'm so proud of you."
The back end of the ship's on fire, but I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, that was my flaw, not his.
Lisa, a 10? I don't think that does it.
Yeah, it does not.
All right, so you.
I already added it to my sheet.
Right,
I got it.
You've got a psychic fatigue. All right, you guys are.
I'm guessing once it's released, I'm just kind of
Yeah, just like oof. Yeah. Maybe some blood runs down your nose. Comes out of your nose.
That was pretty hard to hold. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to imagine that her eyes go like.
Well,
Razik with a napkin. Just like
you're muted.
I'm sorry. I come out of my trance. He's just dabbing my nose. I'm like, the hell, get off.
Just as this endorphin rush of taking out the second missile, again with the blinking red lights as 2 more missile
Yeah.
locks.
No, we're trying to land.
However, you guys are coming at each other like this. Are you trying to land, or are you gonna scream towards them?
Oh, no. If I'm heading nose right at them, let's.
Yeah, they were on your tail, and you did a 180. So
Let's roll cannons. God damn it!
You want your gunners to try
wasted all my
shooting?
good rolls.
All
Yeah,
right,
sure.
Gunner boys. That's a miss. Oh, the same one. He's got the hang of it now.
Yes, I feel like a shonen anime.
New crew member? Question mark.
I know, right? I want to know his name. I want to encourage him in his path towards freeing his people.
Let's say this is Colv, the one who met y'all. Yeah, so this is Colv. So with his small ball turret, he kind of just lays laser right into the front side of their ship, and one of those tracking indicators goes away. So only a single missile is able to launch, as the other one is destroyed in bay by Colv's lucky shooting. But now you have a missile incoming. Go ahead and give me an evasion piloting check.
oh,
Oh, that's a 20! So with the stellar
Guess what?
success, you
That's
shake it.
stellar.
Yeah, you completely shake. You basically fly over the missile and then almost touch the hull of your ship against theirs as you buzz over them, and the missile just loses its tracking and it's gone. So it's fired a total of 5 missiles. Well, 4 and 1 got destroyed mid-bay. So as you're celebrating and the ball turrets turn around to do another plink at them, another targeting lock, but only one this time because the ship only has 6 missiles and it's down to its last one.
Cool, let's roll. That's
Okay, well,
that's all I can do.
here's the first the ball turrets. Pachow, pachow, ah.
oh, it's still good though. 15 is
Yeah,
pretty
15.
Great
close.
shots,
So-
great shots.
Don't be cocky, kid.
Colv spins
Well, I
around
mean-
and is like, ah! And just kind of firing into the night sky.
That's an average success.
Okay, that means the missile's still on you, but you didn't get hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So now the Involucre is being chased by a single missile. Now, because you have one of your engines is down,
Yeah.
another if you don't get another success, let me rephrase that. You're gonna get a -1 step penalty to your next roll
Okay, yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
able to close distance much better. Do you want to try psychic shenanigans, or are you just like too tuckered out?
I
At this
mean,
point, it's a -4 now.
I was gonna try to be making shots at the ship. Like as I'm evading, I want to be able to. I know that's a big ask for
Are we
someone who.
closing range on the ship though?
Well, they're basically having
It's-
this dogfight over you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to land, but them running out of missiles is also gonna force them down as much as it forces us down. What?
How
Put your hand up.
how are we in range now? On the ground? With this happening above us?
I'd say you're in extreme range, so like 2 kilometers.
Would the ATV mounted cannon be within range?
Yes, but even with your juiced up specs, you're not sure if it would do enough damage
I'm
try
looking
it.
more
at the missile.
I'm looking more at distraction.
Okay, you want to start? What's up? Oh, thank you. Love you.
Aww.
Good kisses. Oh.
Aww.
What a guy.
It almost makes up for all the times he's a smart aleck.
So the other 16 hours of the day. One
Yeah.
kiss,
Mhm.
everything's fine. Yeah, that's pretty much parenting, actually.
Yeah.
When our daughter kisses, it's even cuter.
Because she's still figuring it out. So sometimes she'll do like the before she touches your cheek, so you'll hear that, and then her face is up against yours.
Sometimes she does it. Sometimes she does it in drive by. She goes,
Yeah, like
Good.
swipes her lips across you. Yeah, adorable.
She's too busy for that nonsense.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So canon.
Yeah, I'm just looking at distraction.
All right,
Can
go
the
ahead.
can?
Oh, but this is our guy.
Flaux.
Yeah, so he's got a
Flaux.
16 to hit. So let's do Flaux first. Boop. Oh, well, he would have hit, but he gets a -4 step. 6, 10.
he still might. If he
12.
only rolls a 1.
We roll D12. Yeah, it's this D12
Well,
is a 1, he
wait.
hits.
Before you roll the d12, is there any bonus to target acquisition because of what Irene did to improve it?
Yes. He does have a +1. Also, this would be a D10, wouldn't it? Yes, not a D12. D12s get skipped for some reason. It was 4, 6, 8, 10, 20.
20.
All right, and also because he's shooting at a gigantic spaceship, I think he gets bonuses there too.
Huge target +2, large target +1.
So let's say he's only got a -1.
Okay.
So really, the roll hasn't changed, but his chances of only rolling a 1 have increased because he still has to roll a 1 or it's a bust.
Yeah.
So now it's a D4. Nah.
God.
So he just streaks out some laser bursts into the sky in the general direction of them. And we got this missile, right? So ball turret gunners. Here we go. Boop. Oh, Colv's cousin is showing him up. A D20 minus D4, and he got a 19. That's a 20 and a 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a perfect roll.
You know what? Look, just so we have like some symmetry here, the other ball turret gunner is Zimmed.
Nice,
So
nice.
Zimmed takes out, and she's like, "Oh yeah, 1 for me."
Yes, Zimt, I knew you'd come through.
And then Colv takes this opportunity, now free of the missile, to take some shots at the White Helms ship, but no dice. Your evasive maneuvers make it hard for him to be a target in on him.
No, that's fine. I have a -1 to my next piloting roll, right?
No, that was to shake off the missile. Missile's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Then I definitely want to shoot the ship.
All right, so you want to angle it so you get your nose at him. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and apply that -1 penalty overall because you've lost an engine.
Have an engine gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
waiting for that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Ooh, a 0. I think
2 out of 2. Sorry.
2 out
I
of
shouldn't
2.
be
All right, and they're gonna take shots too. Chow, pachow. Oh, Colv rakes across their hull once more. However, now you and the turret gunners and probably people on the ground can see that now that they're out of missiles, they've changed course. Does anyone want to take a guess where they're going?
They're
rig.
headed to the
Towards
rig.
They're headed to the rig.
That's lame. Like, we're all right here. We're the ones they want.
Well, now's the time to destroy their engine.
Yeah, then
Well, unfortunately, the ball turrets they're gonna take a while to do significant damage. If she got the front guns and hit the engine, they might lose
Yeah.
power for sure.
I want to try and use my cannons to get them down, but I'm definitely communicating over comms like, they're heading back, we need to hoof it. I am so sorry. But we already do have the automated turrets on the ground outside of the rig, so I'm hopeful for that.
Would it be faster for her to pick us up and then just drive us there?
Not with
I-
a -1 engine.
That once the Involucre lands, it's not taking off again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Also, the Involucre, while it's big enough for 5 people to live comfortably within, it cannot, in fact, scoop up any ATV and carry it.
Worth a shot.
I mean, it can land and you guys can abandon the ATV and get aboard, but again, if the Involucre lands, it's not taking off again. It's got too much engine damage.
Okay.
So you guys turn around.
And yeah, I'm assuming Irene is driving at this point.
So you're going to
yeah.
turn and you're going to.
Yep.
Would you like to go do some aggressive driving?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Give me a drive check to see how much minutes you can shave to get to the rig.
Okay.
Step up, Irene.
What kind of steps are on this?
None.
None?
Yeah, this is like.
That's not going to be a success.
All right. So unfortunately, it's still going to take you about 10 minutes to get to the Narabi rig. Caddy and Kolv and Zim can make one shot off the White Helm ship before they arrive at the rig. Is that a hit?
Nice. That is not just a hit. That is an excellent on my part.
All right, with an excellent, you rake across their length, and your last shot slams into the engines with this big orange explosion, and they were headed straight for the rig, and now, boom, one of the engines cuts out, and they start careening towards the side. And Kolv and Zim shoot. Oh, and just barely miss.
What, 16? Oh, no, it needed to be 17.
Right. Yeah. But it looks like it doesn't look like the White Helm ship is going to be able to adjust their course because they were flying low to land, and you took out one of their engines. It looks like they're about to make a crash landing some distance from the rig.
Where about?
Probably
near the Dry Bed Canyon.
We are on the map. Neat. Right about here. So maybe 2 kilometers away.
I want to try.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to try and make a landing, but ask your question first.
I was going to say, does their ship look like they can carry ATVs and shit, or are
their
we
ship
expecting them
is
to be
substantially bigger than the Involucre?
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Probably
Fuck.
4 times its mass. The Involucre is
so they
pretty
probably
small.
have vehicle.
Yeah, I mean they came with 2 ATVs.
Or a glorified
so, yeah.
yacht.
Yeah, they arrived when they got here. They had 2 ATVs in their vehicle. So yes.
Yeah.
They probably they you know they have one other ATV.
They brought the
Minimum.
ATVs. Yeah.
Well, at least that's that for delay.
What do you want to do in Involucre?
I was just gonna land like behind the rig.
Okay, give me a piloting check with the -1 penalty. A 6. Okay. You extend landing gear, and suddenly your Involucre's flying like this, and it starts doing this,
Yeah.
and it starts doing this, and you
Irene's
slam
gonna
into
kill
the
me.
ground. You're not going super fast. You were slowing down to land, but you careen into the ground, and
guided crash.
yeah, and you just kind of slide like 100 meters through the dirt, and then land on its belly. And you hear
a tactical
groan,
emergency landing.
At least one of your, if not all of your landing gear, is damaged by the shock of just kind of slamming on it.
Didn't we have another crew member?
No?
I thought we
No.
had
No,
like a
not
little
yet.
guy who wandered around the ship.
No.
We were discussing adding an additional crew member. But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if they actually did that.
Spoilers.
no.
We don't have that.
Our party is only 4 people.
As you're
But it's quite a party.
you're recovering from the whiplash you probably just suffered, you have a horrible thought.
Turrets are on the bottom.
One of the turrets is on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm moving. I gotta hoof it. Check on my boys.
That's Kolv, yeah. All right.
Okay,
Meanwhile, the rest of you are driving through the canyon.
Where is that turret?
Everyone in the vehicle, give me an awareness check with a -1 penalty.
Would that be the party? I believe that's us.
Everyone but
Me.
yeah.
Awareness -1?
Yeah, -1 step, which would be just a flat 20 for Alyssy. Oof. 7, 9, and
7.
I'll go
No
ahead and
success
roll
for me.
it for your boy. Got a 1. All right, you guys are driving through the canyon with the Artaloo behind you when suddenly your ATV gets racked with laser fire from above.
Evasive maneuvers?
And hang on, let me actually make a roll here.
Yeah, does dodge apply in vehicle combat?
Well, fortunately, even though, some laser shots dug into your hull, it didn't hit any of the passengers. But there's now a couple laser smoldering holes in your ATV, and you guys hear zoom above your head.
Not our ATV anyway.
And, yeah, we stole it.
Whatever.
Flauk says, "Oh, damn!
We repurposed the possession of it.
It's the probe!"
Oh, I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
She's like, no, it's not.
Rolls down the window with the manual crank.
No, psychically grab it.
I know. It was a joke. Okay. You are about, let's say, 20, 30 meters away. So I think you're going to get a -1 step penalty for range. And it is, it's only a medium-sized object. So yeah, you get a -1 step, which is negated by your combat psionics, but then you have the -1 step from your fatigue.
Fatigue.
So it's a -1 step. Unless you want to use effort. No, okay.
Understandable.
Damn.
Alicia extends her hand up against the glass and strains, but nothing happens.
Well, I'm gonna try to shoot at it.
Okay. Since you guys are on the ATV and you're trying to shoot, not use, space magic, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a -1 penalty in addition to the range penalty. Oh wait, actually, you're Azrician. So
Yep.
-1 range penalty is a 0. So you get a -1 step because you're on a moving ATV.
Well, since it would only be 30 meters away, there's no steps anyway,
Oh,
because it's short range,
well, there you go.
I believe. Let me check the range
In
again.
that case, Alicia, yours would have just been a flat. Is it 10 a success?
Yes.
Oh,
Hold on. So, you said how many? 30 meters?
Yeah, 30 meters.
Yeah,
It
it's
wouldn't
medium
stop
range.
it, though.
Medium range is -1.
Okay, so it is -1. Okay.
Okay.
So, sorry, Alicia, you did in fact
It
fail.
wouldn't have completely stopped it. It would have slowed it.
Right. And then you're going to get the -1 step because you're on a moving platform, but you
But
negate
not
the
for the
range
range.
penalty because you have bird eyes.
And since we're not using
What do
impulse, I
you
can't
see
aim, so
with
that's just
your
going to be
bird
18,
eyes?
which I believe is a hit.
Yes, an 18.
I would hope so.
An 18 is a hit because your worst
Yeah, but I
you
suck
can
with
roll is
gun.
17.
Firearm is just average because I suck with firearms.
Oof.
you did that on purpose. It's fine.
All right, what's the damage?
Oh, the damage?
Yeah, I need that.
You didn't tell me that.
You didn't tell me I needed damage. Three physical damage. Well, unfortunately, this stat block is in the book, which means I gotta pull up my goddamn phone. I really hope I can find a way to fit. Oh, wow! I just flicked through the pages and landed right on it. Thanks, big guy. Alright, this is physical damage?
Yes.
That is a shame. You do not puncture through
I am assuming
its
it's
exterior. It
At least I hit it.
yeah, your tungsten
It's a
slug rifle
victory for me.
dented its chassis.
Doctor, take the wheel, please.
Oh dear lord.
And as you say
Now
that,
we'll need the big guy.
it's a minigun. It's minigun. It's laser Gatling gun is going to rake your shit. But it doesn't even hit. It just kind of like shoots laser blasts are flying around the ATV.
Okay, and I'll switch place with Irene and pray for God to save me.
Okay.
And Irene's gonna pull the TID.
Oh.
and then lay down.
All right.
So wait, we said medium, so a -1.
Mhm.
It's a medium-sized object, so no modifiers there.
And you're on a moving thing, so -1 additional.
-1 additional for being on moving. But I am spec'd into this weapon, so that negates 1, so it's just a -1.
Yep.
Okay. That's a hit.
That's a 17.
That's an excellent hit.
That thingy gone.
Okay, well, roll the damage, please.
That is
11.
11 energy damage, AP effectively 9.
Well, the AP3 was enough, so don't sweat it.
Okay.
So 11 damage. That is a severe wound. So it's now taking a -2 step penalty.
As it is no longer a sphere, it's
Oh god, I gotta go retro. I don't want to do anything on the computer. I want the frame rate to be good. So I need this, and I need one of these. I haven't done this in a while.
So when we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, which was essentially a paper-based thing, we were all digital, and now that we're playing a sci-fi rule set, we're using pen and paper. That's amazing.
It's just because
we've come full circle.
It's just because my computer is, is being the stupid.
It's a few tech levels behind.
I think I like this was working last week. The only thing that happened between last week and this week was a Windows update, and so I am forced to assume the Windows update is.
They're known
It's a
to
function.
sometimes be very heavy, so
Yeah. All right, and Phlox is gonna open up. Oh my, he hit. And he's using your super patented
Super double cannon turret thingy.
Can someone look up the damage for laser rifle?
Yep, I got it right here.
I think it's
not laser
1d6
rifle.
plus 0, right?
This
Or is it
one.
1 plus 1?
Laser rifles, D6 plus 1 on average, yeah.
All right, well, because
Yeah.
you spruced it up, it's 2d6. So it's going to be 2d6 plus 1. So whatever I roll plus 1, 11, minus 2. So that's 7.
9.
Oh, no, why did I say 11? 10 damage.
Yeah.
Minus 2 is 8 damage, so that is a moderate wound. And then, Elise, you want to do something?
Yeah, we're in a valley. I assume there's rocks around, right?
Yeah?
I pick up one that's about 10 kilos and I hurl it at it.
All right. You're making a missile attack with your psychics?
And that is a long range attack.
You still get the range penalties. That just means you can do it from long range.
Okay.
So
So
you get
still -1.
yeah, total of
-1.
total of -1. Yep. You do the whole wrap.
because I don't think she's affected by moving targets, and
No, she's not, because she's
No,
using
it's
her
just-
mind.
Psychic energy sucks. That's a hit.
Okay. How much damage does your missile do? 3 physical. It bounces off of its chassis. So the rock
You do,
breaks
you're trying.
across the probe. And then last, Razik needs to give me a drive check.
Thank God I got hero points. So no bonuses, no malices, or
yeah, just give me a flat drive.
oh dear lord.
Yeah, ooh, that's a pretty good roll.
Oh my God, I think I got it.
Unless the
Driving?
associated stat is your dump stat.
16! Driving 16! We're on the dot.
There you go. All right, Razik keeps it steady. All right, we're gonna do a new round, and so that means chain gun, pachow, pachow, pachow. Now with a -2, so a total of -1. A 15 is probably going to be a hit. Yes, this thing hits on a 13. All right, so we're not really. I'm just kind of ad hocing this. So instead of, because it's just kind of raking you with this chain gun, I'm gonna roll a d4 twice. And if it's the same number, then only one of you gets hit. If it's a different number, 2 of you get hit. That being said, unless it's Flux, you guys have extra armor because you're inside the truck. So, 1 is going to be Irene, 2 Razik, 3 Elise, and 4 will be Flux. Let's roll 2d4. Oop. Ah, okay. So only one of you is getting hit, and that would be Razik, the driver.
You hate me!
It is a distinct possibility.
So I'm gonna go check Battlefield Medicine right now.
Yeah?
For no reason at all.
Okay, laser minigun. Oh, no, it is a minigun. 1d6 plus 3 energy. So that's 7 energy damage to your boy.
I have, I believe, 2. That's the problem of having so many tabs open. Energy armor 2. So that's 5 instead.
I'm writing this down. So I
And
have to
5
come
is
back
a
to it.
light wound.
And Jake, and you mentioned that if it was anyone but Flaux, we had extra protection.
Yes. Go ahead and add 3 extra armor.
Then that would be a graze.
There you go. Let me get back to the stat block here. I'm actually going to order the physical book of this. So, I don't know. My computer is still being
I've been wanting
rude.
a new laptop, just saying.
Oh, well, it's a bit more expensive than a book. All right. I wrote down the weapon damage, so I don't have to look that up again. You guys get to act. In no particular order.
Shoot. We said it was still a -1. Or we didn't say that, but I'm assuming it's still a -1. Oh, that might not. Energy. That is an average hit.
Okay.
So average damage is going to be 6 energy.
That's a oof.
6 energy. That is a light wound. Okay. Gunner, I think I had him roll a flat 20 before.
Yeah.
Because of the
+1 from the cannon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also
the
for the cannon.
enhanced
Oh, and
targeting.
because he's not on an unstable platform. He's on a fixed mounted gun. So he gets a +1 and then a -1 for the range. Right. Here we go. Miss. Next.
I'm gonna try and restrain it and pull it closer to us if I get a stellar success.
Okay.
It's not a stellar, but I did manage to restrain it.
What is a tier 1? What does average success of restrain do?
Target speed is reduced by 50%. The target takes a -2 step penalty in any physical skill check. It can't aim, charge, or dodge.
Okay. So it gets a -2 step on its attack. That's about. And it starts to lag behind, but yeah.
And then we hit a bump.
Oh, did we?
Yep.
Tell you what, because she restrained it, instead of careening into a big rock, you can slow down. But now you'd be keeping pace with it.
I would rather do that.
Okay.
I'm a careful individual.
So you slow down the vehicle. All right, that's everybody, right? So
Yep.
new
Yep.
round. It has a -2 step. I was gonna have it use its action to keep pace with you, but unfortunately, Razik had to slow down. So it's still got the -1 to hit you guys. So it's gonna let loose. That
It's got the -2 step from being restrained and a -2 from wound.
You're right. That should not be a D4. That should be D8. What did I
Yep.
roll? A 4. Whew. I'll take the higher of the two because I fucked up. Okay, we'll keep it as a 14.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a hit. Let me roll 2d4s.
Yep.
Doop. And doop. Razik.
Are you serious? Are you serious? You hate me.
He hates you more than he hates me.
Well, actually, I don't think you're gonna take any damage because that's 4 damage. Assuming you're wearing any armor at all, you're probably okay.
Yeah, I have armor. Two energy.
Then,
And plus the 3
plus
of the
3.
cabin, that's
Yeah.
5, so I'm
So
good.
basically, it like streaks past you and hits the dashboard beside you.
From inside the cabin, you hear, "Hey, I'm not even shooting at you."
Molly, someone's saying hi in the chat.
Oh, nice.
All right, that's them. So everyone else, go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for our Flaux, who hit.
I'm proud of him.
That's 2d6 plus 1. For 9, -2 is 7. That is its last moderate wound box.
Okay. I'll shoot next.
Okay.
That's definitely a hit. Is it? That is an excellent hit.
Oh, R.I.P. the probe.
15 energy damage.
Fuck.
What the hell is this weapon? I mean, not weapon. Translocation induction device patent pending.
That's a critical wound.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
That's I'm assuming probably like a volleyball-sized hole right through it.
Yeah, so now it has a -3 step penalty. And one
Oh
more of
my
those
God.
and it is dunzos.
Oh my god.
Elise, what's your move?
I'm
This
just gonna keep
weapon's stupid.
holding it because I get a +1 step to do that.
Okay. Then that means it's just flat, right?
Yes,
Throw it.
This thing will be flat.
10?
after.
I'm still holding it.
Okay, she's still holding it in place. So that means Razik, you don't need to roll anymore because you've slowed down enough that any idiot with a driver's license won't careen off the side.
Perfect.
And
What?
he definitely has his license.
He has a
They should make,
driver's license.
yeah, he's like, they should make,
Yes.
yeah, he's like driving through the canyon. He's like, they should make people take a test to drive. And Irene goes, yeah, it's a driver's license. And he's like, driver's license? All right, new round. Now with a -3 to hit, it's gonna pachow with the 7, and that's a big miss.
Plus, I mean, all you do is roll to hit because you know who you're gonna hit. So it doesn't
Right?
matter.
Yeah, I just automatically hit Razik. Hey, I'm not happy about it. I had a chance to hit 4 people, and instead I just hit you twice.
Well, 4 times in theory.
No, I wasn't doing 2 damages. It was just like, you know.
No, I know.
Yeah. You wanna go next? You're muted, Vegas.
Is that Flux's shot?
You go ahead. Since this might be the kill
Okay.
shot, I want you to get the glory.
That's fair.
But yeah,
Nope.
fucking
Nope.
missed. And so did Flux.
I guess I'll just keep holding it. That's a stellar
Ooh!
success.
Stellar success.
So I can move it up to 10 meters. Is there a wall within 10 meters of it? We're in a canyon.
Hell yeah.
I'll just slam it into the wall.
Okay. Is there rules for damage?
I would assume it's the same as missile.
I mean, that makes
There's nothing
sense.
in the book.
Your
Sure.
book, the one you wrote.
Give me a missile for average.
Six physical.
Okay. That's its last light wound box. Unfortunately, because you pushed it away from you, it's now 40 meters away.
Sorry.
I don't think that changes the range band.
No, I think
Nope.
it's still.
50 is the next one. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought about pulling it closer to us, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna.
Smash it.
Yeah.
All right,
Let it smash.
Razik, you're
Well, I'm still driving unless you allow me to shoot from the
actually,
driver's window.
because she got a stellar and she just shoved it into the wall. You could just use your turn driving close to it, so everyone's in close range, and then stopping.
Okay, that's what I'll do. That sounds smart.
Okay.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Well,
White
So now
right
nobody
there.
gets the range penalty and no one gets the unstable platform penalty. So new round, it still gets to shoot at you guys. Because it is a robot, and even if it's being restrained, it still gets to shoot its little gun. So it now has a -2. Chow. Miss. Okay. Go for it, Irene.
Irene.
All right. So we went from a -1 to a flat. No, a +1.
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Oh, he did.
R.I.P. Pro B.
Yeah. Get to it. Oh, no, come back. There we go. Excellent. That is 9 energy damage.
Alright, that would be a moderate wound, but it's out of moderate wound boxes, so that escalates to a serious wound. Alright, anything past its armor will kill it. Q flax +1 step. He got a 4.
At least he yeet it.
I gotta give another stellar success. Although, I guess because it's a vehicle, I can't just use missile with it.
Use it as missile?
Yeah.
No. It has
basically I have to-
autonomy. Yeah. You can't missile a person, nor can you missile a robot. Yeah.
Okay, so what? I'd lose the. I lost track of my steps here.
Okay. So let's start from just a d20. You get a +1 step from your combat psionics feat.
-1 because of my psychic fatigue.
There you go. So you're flat 20.
So just a flat still.
Yep.
Yes.
Natural 20. Is that a stellar?
Yes, it is.
So you just kind of like pull it and slam it right back into the wall.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Which means if you do more than 3 damage, you basically slam it into the wall to its death, to its robot demise. 2. That would have been
normally-
cool.
Yeah. Normally, it would have taken, like, if she had destroyed it, I would have just, like, kept driving for one more round and then gave the wheel back to Irene. But since we're fully stopped, I'm just gonna, like, bring my gun out and just, like, twing, trying to shoot at it.
Go for it. Fucking Razik with the kill steal.
Taking a while. Just chill touch. Just chill touch. Just chill touch.
So I need 50, and I get...
Vicious mockery.
Is it... Do I get any steps? I need a 15.
I don't know, do you?
No, I don't have any bonuses myself. I'm just,
Then no.
Nope.
No penalties, yeah.
Nope, missed.
Pow! Shoots a canyon wall. Oh, you know what?
Embarrassing. Y'all are embarrassing.
Actually, Razik, you would have had a penalty, because you don't have dark vision, and it is nighttime. But actually, you turned the car, so you got headlights shining on it. Never mind, fuck that, you're good. Alright, new round. It is going to attempt to one last shot, because it's not going to survive. This is for all the bacon in the universe. Oh. It hit! A 13's a hit!
You should not be happy because it's gonna fucking hit me.
I'm happy. I wanted to do something, but this is their toughest fucking thing. And you guys are rinsing it. So that's 1d6 plus 3. I need to roll d4 twice. Oh, someone other than Razik. Alright, I'm hitting Elise and Irene. I'm gonna roll damage separately. We'll do Irene first.
Okay.
This +1. No damage. Elise, 4 energy damage.
So 2.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's +3. Not +1. So it's 4 energy damage to Irene, 6 energy damage to...
With the extra 3 from the truck?
Right.
That's nothing for Irene.
I get that too.
Yes, so So you soak how much? 3 plus.
2.
So you take a graze.
Just 1 grace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get a stellar. I don't think I could with a negative. Yeah, there's no way I can't. I cannot get a
I
stellar.
was just
Okay.
making sure.
So I did 2 grazes, and my poor little.
Irene,
probe.
finish that thing.
All right, here's that's
It's a 20.
Okay, it's
a
dead.
hit.
It's
It's
dead. You don't
gonna
have to
die.
roll damage. It's over.
Roll the damage. Roll the damage.
I just
roll
want
the
to
damage.
see what happens.
Roll. The
I wanna see
blood.
how he
makes the
vaporizes
rest.
Oh fuck!
Oh, that's
16 energy.
That's max.
Describe it. David.
16 energy.
Is that max for real?
That's max.
Oh yeah,
Let us
yeah.
know
You
how
rolled a
beautiful
10.
this is.
It's on +6. All right. You atomize the robot.
Okay, well,
Irene-
I'll jump
Irene
back on
just
the
got
wheels,
complete-
Irene.
This is one of the few times I'm okay with the device.
Irene just got completely sick of all of that shit and just took the tid PP and went.
Since Irene used her turn, I'm going to use mine to try and drive us forward.
Okay. Okay, Caddy, calm down.
Something we used to chant at football
So we
games.
start slow.
That's scary. College
It
football.
is. It is. High school
It's-
football, too. It's just Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas football, I think, is the
It was
correct
college football at the
modifier.
time, and I was
So,
in.
So under the pretense that he's actually driving slow so that Irene can take over the wheel, and not because he's afraid of the big pointy rocks on each side of the not pad that does not exist, that's why he's driving slow with a 5.
Gotcha. Since you were stopped for a considerable time, let's say Bowen was one of the riders with you. He rides up on his lizard, the Ardaloo, and he's like, "Y'all all right?"
All good.
I'm activating my hover light, and I'm going to check on Cole.
Okay. Clear your grazes. So now we
Is that
cut.
the end of the scene?
Yeah, that's the end of the scene. That's why I said clear your grazes.
I'm going to try and get rid of my stupid thing.
Fatigue.
Stupid
That thing,
thing.
yeah. I keep forgetting what it is. Willpower or the other one? It's a 16. either way.
Resilience
I have to
or
roll
willpower?
16.
Oh. I wonder what you're gonna put skill points in the level up.
Everything.
All the things.
Oh, actually, I kind of want to do the interior. Okay. So, Hypoist, you walk through. You're on the top deck of the bridge, which everything seems fine. Your consoles are kind of sparking, but you go down the stairs or the ladder. You go down the ladder because the lifts aren't working. You get to the mid deck, the lower deck. Sorry, there's no mid deck, and all the lights are flickering, and it's rather.
I've got my
drab.
hover light with me.
Yeah. You activate your hover light, but
Because I do not have night vision.
right. And I believe the ball turret access is like the same ladder that gets to the bridge. So you just keep going down. So you open the hatch, and you can see the ground, and Colv is mashed between the crumpled remains of your ball turret and you.
Yeah, so it's not like he might be breathing thing.
No. He's alive.
Oh, fuck, yes. Cool. Sorry.
He's not
really
doing
worried
well
he was
though.
No, that's fine. We can.
You need to make a survival check to pry him loose without causing further injury.
Gosh darn it. Who was it in the other side? Was
Zimmed?
it Zimmed? Did Zimmed have a method of comm at the top turret, or would that be down from our crash landing?
Yeah, the involucre lost power.
Okay.
You're manually opening. You're using the manual crank to open these hatches, and
I'm gonna shout for Zimmed, but I am gonna go ahead and make that check. I'm going to need a 16 to pass.
Oof. And you're out of hero points?
Yeah, my vitality and my focus are both 4, which is why I was calling for Zimmed.
Okay. 25% chance.
Ugh, don't say that out loud.
Oh!
Oh!
Nice.
Who did it, boys?
19.
Cool. Yeah, that's an average. But
Yeah.
still.
So you pull Cole up the hatch and onto the bulkhead floor. There is blood, but not as much as there could have been had you failed that roll. One of his legs is very, very broken. Like, you don't want to look at it. And another one of his forelegs looks broken as well, but it doesn't look like,
Gnarl.
It doesn't look like a toddler got a hold of a straw. Yeah.
I did not need that image in my mind.
The two parents
Oh.
are like, oh.
Whoa. Oh no.
And he's breathing, but it's very shallow. And Zim comes down the ladder, and she's like, oh my god.
It's right. Look, he's alive, and that's what's important. I do not have very good medicine, and I'm not willing to risk it a second time. I need your help getting him home, though, out of the ship and into the compound. We should have landed just north of it, so we've got a little bit of protection between us and the White Helms. But we have to just iron stomach it and go.
Should we be moving him?
Maybe not.
Give me a medicine check.
To determine whether or not we should move him?
Yeah, to determine if what would happen.
As long as I can't hurt him by making this check, is what I was checking.
Right, no, this check will not hurt him. But the failure of it, which you just did, may hurt him. By lack of knowledge. You got a 4. I'm saying it out loud in case, people are only listening. Which is a fail.
Yeah, that's a no on my
one.
part. Medicine is a 15.
What's the distance on our comms?
They're down. So.
Oh yeah, since the ship lost power, your comms are defunct. In fact, you guys, when it crashed, which probably happened before the fight, you probably had this blast of static and then nothing.
Yeah, and then like when we talk, we don't hear like the electronic voice. We actually hear our voice. We're like, oh shit.
That's
all right.
That's what you sound like. I hate it.
Either I stay here and wait for you to get help of some sort. Our medical professional is likely not in the compound. Or I go to get help and you stay here with Cole.
Oh, you're the big scary mercenary, right?
Aw, you think I'm scary?
No,
I'm sorry.
I don't.
Okay, well, keep him alive, and then I'm gonna book it.
All right. You head to the airlock, and you have to manually crank it open. And by the time you get it halfway open, you hear the sound of an ATV driving up.
We suspect that the ship has crashed, right?
What was that?
We can suspect that the ship has crashed because we lost comms, right?
You're at this point you're probably hoping it crashed.
Yeah.
You know that the enemy ship had missiles and.
Here's why I ask. I can make a telepathy check to establish mind-to-mind communication with a creature I know.
Okay.
So I can try and communicate Hypoest and see if they're okay.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Any minuses here?
No. I mean.
Oh, just my -1, right?
Yeah. I don't. Listen. I can't constantly look at the rules, mostly because I don't have a PDF anymore. I mean, I do. It's my phone.
Well, it doesn't say there's
any range.
It says it can work at extreme ranges, but it doesn't say anything about minuses.
Well, if it says it can work at extreme ranges, then it's an implied penalty.
The close range is 10 kilometers.
Close range is 10 kilometers?
Yes.
No penalty. See, that's the info I need, and thank you.
I did not do it.
No.
Yeah.
At least he, blood intermixing with the fur on her face from the psychic fatigue of earlier.
So we're establishing that when I'm fatigued, I'm bleeding from my face.
From your nose, yeah. That's like a classic psychic,
Just double checking. Just double checking.
Yeah. If you get a second one, we'll make it come from your ears.
Ooh.
Don't get a third one. I don't want to say where it goes.
That's when her eyes.
From the eyes.
Yeah.
Duh. From the face. What are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure if I keep doing it, I'm gonna give Razik a panic attack.
Where
Yeah.
are the airlocks on the ship? 'Cause I'm looking at the layout.
Yeah. It would help if I actually looked at, like, instead of looking at the stream, if I looked at it myself. Oh, the airlock. Okay, so you see, but between the cargo hold and the crew rooms on the port side, that's the airlock.
Oh, okay, across from that like
I
bathroom
think?
area.
Yeah, across from
Yeah.
the bathroom.
Okay.
That's the airlock.
So,
I mean, normally you
the-
would use the gangplank, but you probably can't lower it.
just underneath 6 here, is that where Colv is? Like the number 6, there's that like round spot.
Yes.
Is that the access
that's,
to the turret?
That's the ball turret, yeah.
Okay. So they're like right next to there, like cool. I'm gonna reclose it. Irene.
Comms aren't working. You get nothing. But...
No, I'm asking out of character.
Oh, okay.
Irene, would I know about any of the hidey places you keep the translocator induction device patent pending?
If Irene trusts anyone to know where it is so that it can be gotten rid of if necessary, it would absolutely be Hypoist.
Okay.
Yes.
But isn't
Are any of those
holding it?
spaces large enough to fit a Linder?
Probably not.
Yeah. That's what I worried.
We're talking like move a bulkhead out of the way and stick it in between walls or underneath the floorboard.
And I'm not going to be able to lift this guy into the engineering access.
Oh, someone who's on Twitch. Maps, please.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Probably should have been doing this early.
I'm not going to be able to lift him into the engineering access. Oh, goodness.
This pretty ship is a 0-hour ship. You can find all of his stuff. I love their ships.
I don't know what to do, guys. One second. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and crank open. I'm gonna say that the ATV's outside. I'm gonna crank open the airlock.
Okay. The ATV. This isn't like a. Probably should have described this at the beginning. These ATVs are kind of like these. You got the car chassis in the middle, and the wheels are on the outside. They're not underneath. And they have they got like DeLorean doors. And when they open, staircases drop down out of them. Kind of like big trucks, Lots of those where I live. Well, when one of these DeLorean door opens, when the ladder comes out, a turret slides out with a spotlight. And then very quickly it shines on Hypoist. And Hypoist has his hands up.
Hello! You seem to be incredibly motivated people. So I thought it might be worth noting there's a very big reward for me alive.
Come on out. Keep those hands up.
Yeah, I step out.
You gotta hop out.
Yeah, I'm like,
All right. In this silhouetted by the spotlight, you see a pair of what you assume to be White Helm mercenaries marching towards you, guns half raised.
Yeah. Well, that was a fun bit of flying, wasn't it? Oh, I live for the adrenaline of a good chase. You know what I mean? Don't shoot me. My parents will pay a lot of money.
Yeah, we know. And even through the voice modulator of his helmet, you recognize Edrin. And he says, "You're coming with us. You're gonna tell You're gonna tell the Narabi family that it's over."
Yeah. I mean, y'all don't really care about these Lindbergh, do you?
Nobody needs to die. They just need to leave.
All right. No, it's fine. I'm coming with you.
All right. And as they march Hypois at gunpoint towards the ATV, we kind of like have that crane lift of the shot here, showing the Narabi homestead, just maybe no more than 200 meters away, and we fade to black, and that's the session. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope I hope the sporadic frame rate wasn't too much of an issue. From what I was hearing, it was a few chokes, but other than that, it was relatively benign. Hopefully, for me, it was incredibly stressful. So I hope it didn't. I hope my distraction wasn't too obvious, and I was able to deliver a solid experience for players and audience. That last hour, I'm like, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Yeah. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Tune in next week for probably the resolution of this adventure. I don't know how else. I don't think. I don't see how this can prolong past another session. And we
Don't challenge us.
Yeah, and we got quite a cliffhanger here. Hypois has been captured. However, their most powerful weapon, the armed explorer probe, has been deleted at minimal, if not none, of loss.
Yeetus deletus.
And as far as we know, their ship cannot fly, so we're good for a little bit.
Yeah, so the scales are not even, but definitely it's hard to tell. So tune in next week to see how the crew of the Involuker, the misfit band of anarchists, former police officers, and disgraced doctors, and also a woman who made a disintegrator gun, save the
She's
day.
also an anarchist.
And that's gonna be us, guys. So have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Shoutouts.
Shit, you right. You know what? Since you reminded me, you get to do yours first. All right. So we got some shoutouts here to close us out. We'll start with Elenia. Go.
Do I have a screen up already?
You got a screen up. It's not
I wasn't
hard.
sure. I wasn't sure. Okay. Unlike everyone else, I don't have a fancy Twitch channel or anything set up yet. I am just here to advertise my Etsy shop, which is called the Ultimate Nerd Stop. I make custom coasters like this one. It's a Pokeball. And I also do crocheting and stuff like that. I just like to sell them and have fun. I'm working on making a D&D bookmark, which I should have swiped from Jakin, to help you mark your pages. Oh, he's pulling it out.
Oh shit!
My Twitch is
Oh shit!
my Twitch is at Elenia Zoll. Etsy.com/ultimate nerd shop. Did you throw it at me?
What was I supposed to do?
Just check it out. I only have a few things up right now, but I plan on extending the inventory. But basically, you put this in the spine and use these to mark your pages. So go check it out. Buy my stuff.
All right. Caddy.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. So a few changes if you are a viewer from last season. I've changed my Twitter handle, which I need to update on here.
Oh,
But I've changed it to Twitter. It's okay. I'm Catty Wampus the Gnome. You can find me on various websites. I also have an Etsy store for which I knit. But it's really just like dice bags. I'm using up scrap material. Larger projects, way more time and material burning, and it would be very expensive for me to make, much less sell. But other than that, you can follow me on Twitter. Please follow the Die Roll Twitter because we'll be updating more character art through there. I was independently posting some of the character art through Instagram, but I'm going to try and funnel it to the Die Roll officially first, and then it'll be added to the Instagram over time. And then I made a TikTok. It's just me painting minis and being stupid, but I don't know how the platform works like at all. So feel free to give me a follow and I'll give you a follow because I'd love to see what other people are doing with the program. That's it for me.
And I am sorry, Catty. I think I botched your. I think I was supposed to delete a line and I didn't. So I will fix that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. All right, Vegas.
Hi everyone. As they've all said, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. You can find me on Twitter at VDMDaddyYT. Also Twitch, Johnny Vegas Plays. And I have succumbed to social pressure. I'm slowly losing my mind due to isolation and lack of interaction with other human beings in any meaningful physical form.
I was about to say rude. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So I have succumbed to the devil's call, and I am also now on TikTok at the Johnny Vegas. Unlike Caddy, I don't have anything on there yet because I really don't know how it works. But again, I am learning the platform and should have stuff up soon. Also, and I need to get this to Jake and to add to my screen here. You can follow me on SoundCloud. Just search up Johnny Vegas. I'll be putting up the various tracks that I am creating both for the Dire Roll stream and then just kind of random musical stupidity that I do for my own entertainment and hopefully the entertainment of others. And yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. It's been a rocky stream for me. I don't know if you noticed. So I appreciate everybody stuck around, and I'm glad you four had fun. And next week's gonna be a blast. So we'll see you then, and have a great night.
Bye, guys.